Just like the Gallagher brothers reunited again. Welcome back, everybody. Ben and Woods, 97.3 The Fan. I guess I'm welcoming myself now. Welcome back, me. It's good to be home. That's all right, isn't it? It's so good to be back in the States, back in my chair, and back with my brothers, Benny and Paulie. Boys, good to see you. That's Paul Reindl, the executive producer of the show. Good morning.
Hey, how are you?
Man, I'm doing well. Jet lag like a mother blanker, man. Woo! It is a real thing. My legs feel like concrete right now, dude. To my left, what was that? Was that you? Did you hear that?
Yeah, I did.
I heard
it was you.
No, maybe it was
me.
Ben Higgins, your friendly neighborhood sports anchor, joins us as well. Good morning, Ben.
I was wondering if you'd come back with a slight accent. I think maybe just a tiny bit. I'm hearing it.
I've been fighting it. It's so infectious. The Mancunian accent is very infectious and very incredible. But man, it's so good to be home. Good to see you guys. How did everything go without me?
I went pretty smoothly.
Good.
We missed you, certainly, but
We always say we got through it.
Get through it. Yeah.
Got through it.
Well, I mean, we say that when we're together a lot of the times. It's like we got through that one. It happens, man. But it was unbelievable. The trip I had was absolutely unbelievable. And I'll start this morning. I've got some gifts. Now, here's the bad news. They lost my luggage. British Airways.
Of course they did.
Lost my luggage coming home.
I thought they didn't lose first-class luggage. Isn't there a special place in the plane that they put it and bring it right out to you, like on a separate card or system? There's a separate baggage claim for first class? No?
They should do your laundry at the bottom of the plane while you're flying.
One would think for what I paid for that ticket.
I wasn't there.
I told my wife when I got home, look, this quote, I don't want to sound like a huge C word, but I feel like if you fly first class, they should have your baggage waiting for you. Yes, I feel like that should be the rules.
I am not going to disagree with you.
Paulie, if you saw my credit card bill, you'd go, I want my luggage, and I want it now.
So,
and it should be waiting when I thank you so much for joining us, Mr. Woods. Here's your luggage. Enjoy customs. And I'm on my way.
if you got a 3:00 flight and you're flying first class, you're there at 1:00. You make your way to the terminal.
Yeah.
You're waiting for them to start calling names or, letting you board the plane. What's the first thing they say? First class passengers.
First guy on the plane.
After people with special needs, if they have wheelchairs, after that, it's first class.
Yep.
You get to go on first. Why wouldn't you get off first and get your bag first?
Yeah, you would think there was a way to make it happen.
Was there like a short layover between Manchester flying to London and then switching obviously to the big plane to fly to San Diego, and they didn't get it from one plane to the other in time?
I got no earthly idea, but there was. I got to the airport yesterday, 6 a.m. for an 8:55 flight, and checked in, gave him my bag, said, checking through to San Diego. Yeah, of course. Yeah, no problem. I was the last guy, me and one other guy at the terminal yesterday after the 12-hour, 10-hour flight, whatever, waiting for the bag. Guy comes up, so sorry. I said, okay, so here's my number, here's my tag. I crumbled up my boarding pass with my number on it and shoved it in my pocket, thank God. So I gave it to him, but it has Paulie's presents in it. But I have your presents here.
Thanks.
So I'll just give you yours now to get this started. I got this for you on the streets of on the streets of Manchester. It is it's a bucket. Oh, my head. I think I just had a stroke. Just a mini stroke. It's a bucket hat.
You can't even tell people on the radio what I'm wearing.
I can. I can describe it. It's a black bucket hat that has the C word all over it.
It's not even a high quality item.
No, it only cost me 10 pounds.
You overpaid.
Best 10 pounds. Oh, look at the top of it. The very top has one big, bold C word on top of it. So there you go. Wear that in good health as you walk your dogs.
This can't be worn anywhere in this country. No. This can't be worn in this country.
That went better. That went better than I thought it was going to. Now I have more gifts for you, but they're going to come at 8.
Man, that's really funny.
At 8 o'clock, you get more gifts. Because I want to talk about English food at 8 o'clock. We'll do a whole segment about the food over in the UK. because I have many thoughts. But as a whole, the best way I can describe the United Kingdom is that the whole country is room temperature. Everywhere you go, everything and everywhere you go is room temperature. You walk outside, it's room temperature. You walk in your hotel, it's room temperature. The ice is room temperature.
It's room temperature.
The whole country is room temperature. There's always a thin layer of sweat on you everywhere you go. I cranked my AC in my hotel, my very expensive hotel, cranked it down as far as it would go. Laying there, next time I go, I'm taking a fan, I'm packing a big fan with me. The other thing they do, have you been to Europe, Benny?
I have.
Paul, you've never been.
I have not.
They give you 2 key cards when you check in your hotel.
I don't remember this. It's been 20 plus years since I've been.
So they give you 2, and one of them is for you on your person. The other one is for you to put in there's a little slot that you put in that will turn the lights on. You can't turn the lights on.
I've seen that at a hotel before.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they really are good about trying to conserve energy. It's smart, actually, the way that they do it. But I walked out of my hotel one night for dinner. It was about 5:45. I was meeting my buddy Craig for dinner. And I walked out into a hallway at 5:45 p.m. that was pitch black. And I mean pitch black. I was like, I looked at my watch. I went, because I had taken a nap. I went, did I sleep till 5:45 a.m.? Because it's black. And then when I walked in the hallway, some lights came on. So they're really good about conserving and, everything else. They don't really like to give a lot of ice and stuff. It's hard to get ice in your drinks. You have to really ask for it. And when you do, they look at you like, oh, you're one of those. You're an American. Yeah, you're one of those that's on your bucket hat. So I'll say the trip was, Ben said we were worried that I had built it up so much that I was going to be disappointed. I'm not disappointed. I had the time of my life. I had the greatest trip ever. It was so good to get home. I missed my kids and my wife and you guys so much. Oh, so much. Walking into the house yesterday, my little guys running up to me. It was the greatest. I was weeping on the plane. I was so excited to see them. But the actual trip itself was legendary. It was truly legendary.
I'm so glad you had an amazing time. We talked yesterday. I was worried that with so much buildup and so much anticipation that perhaps it would feel a little disappointing when you were there, like the expectations, the reality couldn't possibly meet the expectations. So I'm really happy that you enjoyed yourself, that you got to see what you wanted to see. And it looked like the actual concert was amazing.
Benny, it's as close to a religious experience at a show that I've ever had. And I've been to a lot of shows and I've had a lot of great times. And I've been to some really cool, I've had some really cool experiences. I've been to many festivals and things like that. But I'm going to say this, watching that band in their hometown with 80,000 people that were all there for one reason and one reason only, and that was to have the time of their lives, was so special to me. And I laid in bed after and I went through the videos and stuff that I'd taken and I just sobbed. I really did. I sobbed. It was so special. But the day itself of going to the show was I hope you guys are proud of me because you guys know I can be a bit of a princess at times. And I was a little bit of a princess on this trip. I'll fully admit it. I overdid it the first night, and I laid in bed the second day and was like, I'm not doing anything. I feel like ass right now.
We weren't sure when we thought you were going to call us at 6 a.m. Our time, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. We're thinking, well, where's Woods? Is he okay?
I was well, there's a combo of massive jet lag and 30 Guinness does not equal up to feeling great. And so it was fine. I texted my buddy Craig. I go, bro, I'm sorry. I'm laying in bed. I'm done for. He's like, dude, no problem. He went out and toured some stuff. And then we met up later and went out and it was fine. But that day we planned it out. And so we had heard that if you got there early, so let me explain how it goes. There's the big stage. There's the front standing. That's VIP front standing. Then there's the second corral. That's also VIP, but it's not front standing.
It's like a rainbow going
out
from the inner to the second rainbow to the third rainbow.
It's like 3 corrals, right? So VIP, still VIP, and then general admission. We had back of the thing, general admission. But we had read online that if you get there early, they will upgrade you. If you're one of the first 1,000 people in line, they'll upgrade you. So Craig's like, I need to be upgraded. I said, bro, me too. I didn't fly all this way to be standing way back in the back, like looking at a screen. So, man, the doors opened at 2. We were there at 11 a.m. And we were standing along this cobblestone street in near Heaton Park. And it's an old ass town. I mean, there's the Ostrich Pub across the street. It was desolate, and we're standing there, and it's raining, and we're in full gear. I got my poncho on, the whole bit, and we just stand there, and we wait, and we wait, and we wait, and then they move us to another queue, and then we wait in that queue for a while, and the rain is still coming. And you're like, all right. And yeah, I asked the security guys, hey, man, I've heard this room. Are they upgrade? He's like, it's all BS. And I'm like, you're kidding. So I'm here this early for nothing. He's like, yeah, pretty much. And I go, oh, great. And so we get they finally open the doors to Heaton Park at 2. And you can run up to into your. And man, I'll tell you, they were dead sprint screaming. We kind of casually walked up. And I looked at where we were, and I said to Craig, I go, this isn't going to do. We're too far. We're too far away. So I walk up to the railing, and I look at this. I find there's all these security guards. I find one girl, and she's looking at me, and I'm looking at her. And I walk up. I go, how do I get up there? And she goes, I already handed out all the upgrades, I guess. And I go, how do I get up there? And she goes, 50 quid each. And I go, done. I get Craig. I pull him over. Slip her 100 pounds, which is the same as a quid. I don't know why they say different. So I give her I give her 100 quid. She goes, all right, follow me. Walks us down this rail, looks around, slides us into the VIP. Now, mind you, we have no wristband, but we are in the VIP. But we are not in the front VIP because they are checking wristbands there. They're not checking wristbands in the second corral. So we're in the second corral. So finally, we're shooting the breeze with these security guards. They drop the rope. We run up. We get on the railing in the second corral, super close, dead center, exactly what we need.
Did it sink in yet? Because the first thing I'm thinking of already, knowing that everybody else has a wristband and
Terrified.
You don't, you're not leaving.
So that's the thing.
No bathroom, no drinks, no food.
There's no food. There's no pee-pee. There's no beer.
They will ask for the wristband on the way back in.
So Craig actually went out to go to the bathroom at one point and got chased back in. Stop. And he's ducking. He's taking his bucket hat off. He's running. He's ducking. And I did not move. You guys know me. I pee every 30 minutes. I did not urinate from 11:30 in the morning until 11:30 at night. I took a 6-minute pee.
So you're telling me it's possible?
It's possible
that we can drive to Phoenix in 5 hours.
Don't have to stop 4 times
without stopping 4 times.
Paulie, I trained my brain like a Navy SEAL to not think about it. I had a big squirt bottle of water. I would do this, one little, just to satisfy the dryness. I would go, right.
All right. Let me ask you this: did you wear a diaper?
I didn't.
Did you think about wearing a diaper?
I thought about peeing my pants. I thought at this point, now the rain, had it been torrential downpour, I just would have peed my pants. I wouldn't have even thought twice about it because we were
number 1.
So we were on the rail. The security guards were right in front of us. They had the little holes, so they would have seen my wiener into a cup if I had decided to just do it. They would have seen me pee and they would kick me out. So I'm like, I'm just not going to pee, and I'm not moving.
Wow.
So this is where it gets really good. So we're standing there, no wristband. And I'm like, I'm here. This is my spot. I'm going to be here. And then I started to panic because I asked people like, hey, what time is the first band cast? What time do they come on? They're like 6. I'm like, it's 2:30. I'm like, I'm going to be here for 3.5 hours doing nothing, standing here. So I started to panic, dude. I was like, oh my God, what are we going to do? I go, don't look at your watch. Don't look at your watch. I'd look, 3 minutes has passed. I'm like,
that was like our flight to Philadelphia.
Yeah,
but there's no entertainment.
That's
there's
right.
no nothing.
You stand there
at all.
You just stand there. So I'm panicked, and I'm like, this is gonna take forever. Like it's never gonna get here. So all of a sudden, I hear Craig talking to this guy, and I look over, and he's like, hey, Woodsy, this is Tony, and I meet this guy who I think is. He's right out of a Jack Kerouac book. He is one of the most interesting, fascinating human beings I've ever met. I'm borderline obsessed with this dude. I love this guy. We met, we started talking about how much we love the band and, talking to each other just to pass the time. And he's like, hey, man, I came by myself. Can I hang out with you guys? I go, you're in, dude. So it was the three of us. And this guy must have had, I'd say he had about 14 beers in the time we were standing there together. Was not phased. He's Australian. Like, that's what they do. So it starts to get buzzy. We're getting close. And I look over and he's making this video into his phone, Aussie Tony. And I go, what is he doing? So he sent me the
content
video.
creator?
Yeah, I thought he was a content creator. Turns out he's a pit boss at a casino in Melbourne, Australia.
Badass.
So he's went to 3 Manchester shows. He's in London now, waiting for them to go on in London in a few days. He may come to LA to see them, but we started shooting the breeze. So he makes this video, and I go, wait, who's that for? He goes, I just make this for my mates. I send these to my mates. And I go, so he sent it to me. Listen to this dude. Paulie's got it. Pull it up.
All right, let's roll, baby. Welcome, everyone, to the Tony Gauci Oasis Experience, coming to live from Manchester in the United Kingdom. I am the Mediterranean heartthrob, the Bronze Maltese Adonis, the High Street Urban Cowboy, the Big Dog, and Mr. Big Deal. And I'm here for night 4 of the Gallagher's homecoming gigs. This was 4 or 5. Everyone's excited. Let me hear you say it. What a time to be alive.
So he makes these for his friends. His friends don't like Oasis. They couldn't care less. He's like, so I thought he was like making videos to give out like Aussie rules football picks. I was waiting to be like, okay, today you're going to take Queensland plus 1.5. It was like, he sounded like literally a guy that was making picks. So, man, we just totally bonded and connected.
Now,
with this
did he
guy.
have a wristband? Could he get out and back in?
Yeah, he was good. So
did he help you out a little bit?
He went and got waters and stuff for
coming to live from Manchester in the United Kingdom.
He had this incredible zeal for life, and I wanted to absorb some of it. And then this is the best, dude. So the band comes on. It was amazing. I mean, it was amazing. They sounded so good. The brothers walk out arm in arm, and everyone's in tears. And we're singing all these songs. So about the third song in, everyone's in tears, and we're singing and all holding hands and swaying back and forth. So we'd all like shake our head when it was over, and he'd look at me, and he did this after he's pretty hammered at this point. He'd go, "When are they gonna play one of the good ones?" Like that. He did it after every song. So they would play a huge hit. Everyone would sing it. He'd look at me and I'd go, wow. And he'd go, well, they got to play one of the good ones. And he did it after every song. Then at the end, he goes, too many B-sides for me. And I was dying. So after the thing, he's like, hey, I've got a cab driver. He's been on my payroll all week. He's financing his trip, by the way. Going to English casinos and winning like $1,200 at poker. And then that's how he's like paying for this trip.
Crazy.
He was amazing. And then he's like, hey, my mate's here. We're going to go out. And I go, I can't go out, dude. It's been a 12-hour day. I'm going back to the room.
You know what would happen if you went out with this guy.
I'd still be awake. I bet. Honestly, I'd still be in Manchester. I'm going to miss my flight. The guy's a lunatic. He was so rad. Got us home in a cab. Next morning, he's like, what are you doing, mate? I'm going to come by for some coffee. So he comes by and we shoot the breeze. We have breakfast together and have some coffee and say goodbye. And again, he may come out for the LA show. And I said, bro,
Tony,
if you come out for the LA show, come to San Diego first. We'll go to a Pods game.
Come in studio.
Yeah. He was the best, dude. He was the best. But honestly, man, it was such a incredible trip. And then, obviously it being my birthday, the very end, Champagne Supernova is the last song. And they rip off a 2-minute fireworks show at the end. That just the whole place. I'll tell you, seeing all those people together, happy. I was like, all right, I have a lot more hope than I used to. I really did. I came home with a new feeling about humanity in general. And the coolest thing happened. It was the last 3 songs, which were Don't Look Back in Anger, Wonderwall, and Champagne Supernova. And this little kid, he's about 13, kind of worked his way up front. His dad taps me on the shoulder. He goes, mate, do you mind if he gets on the rail? And I said, not at all. I said, get him up on the rail. So he's watching Wonderwall with us and we're swaying. And then I look back and the dad goes, thank you so much. I go, dude, get up here. Because his dad was about 3 feet tall. I go, get up. And we're all huge in front of him. I go, get up here. Arm in arm, rocking back and forth together, singing. Ugh, it's choking me up. It was the sweetest, best thing. They were hugging each other. He goes, you have no idea how much this means to me. Thank you so much. I go, dude, I've had 2 hours here. Like, this is for you guys. It was beautiful. The whole thing was beautiful. It was the longest day of my life. I mean, 12 hours out there, like on your feet. It was pretty nuts, but I did it, dude. I did it and we crushed it and it was so much fun.
I loved what you said. You called me yesterday and we're kind of saying the same thing. You told me the story about the kid and his dad, and you're just like, man, looking around the concert venue, everybody around me, you saw so many dads.
Yeah.
Guys in their 40s, 50s that grew up with Oasis.
Played it for their kids.
And now had children, played it for them, but you're like, sorry, you're never going to get to experience this music live.
You'll never see these guys
not
live.
Happen.
And now to see it, and when they walked on stage in their hometown, 80,000 people just, it was so badass, man. So they sounded great. I had no disappointment, not even one tiny little disappointment about the trip at all. It was long. I mean, it was certainly long, but it was so worth it.
So you're saying that if I had gone with you, I would have waited 11 hours and 45 minutes before hearing the 2 songs that I actually know.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
You would have seen the last 3 songs. You would have been like, all right, I know these. But dude, it was, I mean, I did. I cried 15 times at that show, man. I just would wipe my eyes and be like, I can't believe I'm here. It was so cool, so special. But yeah, hey, when are they going to play one of the good ones? He was hammered. And it was like, you've told this joke 25 times, dude. He was a legend. I will love this guy forever, and I hope we stay in touch because he's incredible. I mean, when you meet him, you're like, dude, he just has it. You know, he's got that thing, and it was so much fun. It was so much fun.
Well, I want to meet Tony. I am glad you had such a spectacular time. I'm sure there's probably some more details. We'll hear about the food coming up a little bit later.
Was something.
Let's take our first time out this morning, get a check of traffic, and then we can come back, set the menu, and get into some Padres baseball because while you've been gone, this team's been playing pretty nicely.
Put it this way. I had a lot of tweets telling me to stay in the UK because they were winning, and I came home and they won
yesterday.
Won, so
you feel good about
that.
So
I feel really good. The curse is over. The perceived curse is not a thing.
All right, we'll get into our wrap-up. Last night's 2-1 win over the Miami Marlins and more. We got Woods back. Thank you for my thoughtful and lovely gift.
It looks so good on you.
It does.
You should wear that everywhere.
It's like golfing.
I should wear it on TV tonight.
We should.
Yeah, they're gonna love that.
Yeah, it looks really
Channel
good
10.
on you.
I'm sure they will. Kelly's traffic. Then we'll come back with Ben and Woods and Paul on a Tuesday morning on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Well, I was just telling you guys about the water in the UK, and it's certainly no eco water, mostly because it's hot and it doesn't taste very good. Eco water. Getting back yesterday, my wife had my eco water jug cleaned out for me, filled up, and in the fridge, just like I like it. I was so happy to get back. They've been keeping water soft since 1925. Check them out. Give them a call. They'll do a free in-home water test. They'll test the water that you're currently, using to bathe in and, giving your pets and wash your food and your fruit in. It's not good. Okay. The in-home water test will actually blow your mind. So try the Soft Life and alkaline water now, just $9.95 a month by calling 760-350-3338 or go to ecowatersocal.com. Let them know Woodsy sent you over there. Because not everything in life should be hard, especially your water. They've been keeping it soft since 1925. Again, call 760-350-3338 or go to ecowatersocal.com. EcoWater, your water should be perfect.
Hey players, things are about to get real here in San Diego. Introducing the all-new Jamul Casino Resort. With a 200-room hotel tower, exciting new eats and drinks, plenty of new places to play, and a luxe spa and salon. Hello, rooftop pool and deck. It's where players can play their hearts out and enjoy all the perks that come with it. It gets real this summer at the all-new Jamul Casino Resort, the players' place.
I kind of had an interesting day yesterday. Welcome back. We got Woods back. Just heard all kinds of stories from his trip to Manchester, England to see Oasis. Get to the Padres Wrap-Up just a second here. But, yeah, I did a story for Channel 10 on the NASCAR race that's coming to San Diego. I think it's going to be announced tomorrow is what I've heard. Talked to some sources, and they're going to race it on the North Island Naval Air Station base out there on the end of Coronado. So I needed to go get some video. So I went to the gate, but you can't really see anything.
Yeah,
so
right.
I thought, all right, I need to go find somewhere where I can actually kind of get a shot of North Island. So I kind of drove out randomly past the airport, Point Loma, down Rosecrans, all the way to the end. And I've never really gone all the way out there. I've gone to the lighthouse. I've gone to the cemetery. But I went to this neighborhood that has perhaps the most spectacular views I've ever seen in Point Loma.
I think I know exactly
Harbor
where
View
you're
Drive,
talking about.
and
Yeah.
it looks back over Coronado, downtown, all the way down to like Mexico. You can like see the sunrise to the east.
Were you
and
down like more on the sea level, or did you go up the
I
hill?
went,
a
I
little bit?
went up the hill so I
Yeah.
could
I
get
saw
some
your
shots. And
Beautiful.
there was like some neighbors walking their dogs, and I go, "This is amazing." She goes, "Yeah, this is like San Diego's secret here, because you can't really. It's not. There's no main streets that get there. It's all like dead ends. There's no parks or shops or businesses, so you'd never really go there unless you like knew someone and you were going to their house.
Right.
But it was just really cool to see. So I did that story and gave our friend Italian Paul, Frank Marchese, a little star turn. I interviewed him about NASCAR and motorsports for the story.
He's the biggest NASCAR fan I know.
He is huge into NASCAR.
No, he was huge, and then he lost.
Well, that's
a ton
true.
Of
then
weight.
he got all the weight, but
Right.
he's still huge into auto racing, Formula One,
yes,
and NASCAR. And I think it's going to be a big event. I don't know all the details. I think we're going to hear more tomorrow about. It's going to be Father's Day weekend next year, and for at least 3 years they're going to do it. But unlike
cool.
Chicago, which is the race it's replacing, they're not going to have to close down all the streets.
Good.
Because they're doing it on the base,
Yeah.
and the tarmac, and they can set it up out there. They got all kinds of space on Coronado, but visually, with the bay and the bridge and Point Loma and the skyline, it's going to be spectacular.
I mean, it's like any sporting event they do here is spectacular. I mean, our people know that across the country. Like, oh, you're doing that in San Diego. It makes perfect sense. We should have more. The All-Star Game should be here every single year. I mean, it's a perfect place to host these things. But I think that's great. I mean, I'm not the world's biggest NASCAR fan by any stretch, but what's good for our city, I'm fully in favor of. You will not hear me, slagging it off, as they say.
Yeah, and Frank made the good point that there's no more races in Southern California because the Fontana Speedway closed. Right. All those fans who've been looking, used to go every single year. We'll get fans from LA, Inland Empire, Arizona, Central California. They'll all drive down and want to check out the race. So it should be a good tourist attraction as well for San Diego.
So is it done? It's done?
It hasn't been announced, but my sources say should be tomorrow morning. NASCAR is going to make an official announcement.
Very cool.
All right, here's what we got coming up on the program today. We'll get into the Padres highlights with Jesse and Tony from Miami after a quick check of traffic. Also coming up, our regular segments like Don't Do This, Take on Woods with Woods back. John tied yesterday? No, he won. He won 4-3. Just barely snuck it out yesterday, filling in for you. And it's an Incorporator Tuesday. We will welcome Jesse Agler, who is back home in Miami this week, his hometown where he grew up. And he'll join us at 8:35 to talk Padres baseball and play the Incorporator with us.
He said it was ungodly hot.
Yeah.
I was listening to the broadcast.
It's supposed to be even hotter in St. Louis when they go this weekend.
Ooh, right when I got in, put on the radio, it was like, oh, it was so good to be home. Jesse was starting the game, and he goes, it's immeasurably hot outside.
I was looking at their schedule, and when I saw they had St. Louis coming up this weekend on the road, I was reminded it's corn sweat and sizzling.
Oh, corn sweat. That's right.
Sweat?
I remember corn sweat.
Gonna get hot this weekend in St. Louis. But first, we'll talk about last night's win and why I think it was one of the sneaky better wins of the season for the San Diego Padres. Some people will go, what, 2-1? Marlins, they're no good. What are you talking about?
Oh.
It was a good win last night for your San Diego Padres. We'll get into it after a check of traffic here on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danek.
This game day traffic report is brought to you by Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water. Got a few things to watch out for. Car fire, the Genesee off-ramp, northbound 5, it's over to the right shoulder. Also, watch out for some plywood reported in the 2 right lanes. Northbound 125, just before the 8. And stalled car in the center divide, southbound 15, before Mira Mesa Boulevard. What makes Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water different? They always bottle their Alpine Spring Water less than 1.5 miles from the spring source. And all of their bottles are made with 50% recycled plastic from their own recycling plants. Crystal Geyser, bottled at the spring source. I'm Kelly Danek with Ben and Woods, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
I love winning, man. I love winning. You hear what I'm saying? It's like better than losing.
Miss any of the Padres win yesterday? Ben and Woods didn't.
Yeah, absolutely.
We've got you covered with all of the highlights.
Oh, yes.
It's the
Padres Wrap-Up.
Brought to you by Hamul Casino Resort. Things are about to get real with the all-new Hamul Casino Resort. With gorgeous rooms and exciting new eats and drinks. It gets real this summer at Hamul Casino Resort, the player's place.
I want to go fast, but I want to go slow, and I want to go deep.
And Merrill hits it on a line out to right field. That is down at a base hit. Bogarts will come in to score. Jackson Merrill, an RBI single, as the Padres take a 1-0 lead here in the second. 2-1, hit hard on the line. That's a fair ball up the third baseline, headed towards the left field corner. Merrill's on his horse. He's at third. Stowers gets to it. Leeper going to hold him. Going to run through the stop sign. Relay to the plate, not in time, and it gets away. Merrill ran right through the stop sign and comes in to score. Martin Maldonado, an RBI double, and a 2-0 Padre lead in the section. And that's lined right to Manny. He's got it, fires to second in time, and a double play as they double off Sanchez to end the inning. And Stowers in the air to deep left center field. Jackson Merrill's racing back onto the warning track in front of the big wall there. He can't get it, and it's gone, a home run. Oh boy, Kyle Stowers, 22nd of the year. One of the absolute hottest hitters on the planet. And he gets the fish on the board. It's 2-1. First pitch coming, not running, and a ground ball sharply to Xander. He's got it. Little overhand flip to Iglesias in time for the force, and the ball game is over. Robert Suarez does it again in a one-run game as the Pods take game one of this series by a final score of 2-1.
I don't know where to start. The pitching probably deserves a lot of it, but a lot of tough at bats against a tough righty. Vasquez was good. Played a little Frogger again, a little dodgeball, but was able to get through it. Stowers put a swing on him, but, we were in a position with the rest we've had, the luxury of being able to get a lead and win a game. And, Morejon's throwing 5 pitches in 5 days, and, we can't do that a lot, but today presented the opportunity to go grab Sanchez with one out in the fifth, and he was able to eliminate those 2 guys and get a clean sixth, and then very efficient doing it. And of course, Estrada very efficient, had him erase the leadoff infield hit that, Manny made a heck of a play on to make it close, but got the double play ball, and of course, Suarez 1-2-3 brought it home.
I mean, fantastic work from the bullpen. Again, it's the formula that has worked more often than not for the San Diego Padres this year. And, I did see people very upset again with the quick hook on Randy Vasquez, but when you have a blowout the night before and the offense does what it's supposed to do and those guys are sitting there, I don't know how, you sitting at home or me sitting at home could question, yeah, I'm going Morejon, I'm going Estrada, I'm going Adam, and I'm going Suarez, and I'm going to get this win. And they drew it up, and it worked perfectly. And I know, again, you can't do it every day. But, again, the night before, Nicky P, pitching as well as he did, and the offense coming through, why not? Why not? That's how you got that win last night.
Incredibly efficient work by the bullpen
Brilliant.
As well.
Yeah.
Adrian Morejon got 5 outs in 19 pitches,
Crazy.
including 2 strikeouts. Jeremiah Estrada got 3 outs in 12 pitches. Jason Adam got 3 outs in 6 pitches, thanks to the double play. And Robert Suarez got 3 outs in 10 pitches. So other than probably Morejon, 3 of those guys are still available today as well. And they hadn't worked really at all other than the All-Star game and that one couple of guys worked in the one game in the first series after the break. So I think, Mike Schultz wanted to get those guys some work, get them back out there. And Randy did his job in the game yesterday. And I even mentioned on the show, watch out for the Miami Marlins.
Yeah,
and I actually didn't even realize how hot they were when they put the graphic up on the teams with the best records in baseball over like the last month. Marlins had like the 3rd best record in baseball. And I knew I had talked a little bit with Paulie about how good Eury Perez has been. He had given up 1 run in the entire month of July in 3 starts. So you may say, Padres offense not getting the job done again. 2 runs off of that guy, not bad. That was the formula for winning the game. We talked about it on the show. Keep it close, within a run somewhere, give it to your bullpen. Now, I was impressed by the Marlins bullpen guys. Those guys that came in at the end, Simpson and Phillips, and both pitched 2 shutout innings. They were pretty nasty. I was surprised by that. I thought maybe the Padres could add on late, but that was the only thing that really disappointed me. Otherwise, really good game. I mean, you kind of dodged some landmines with some infield singles. Umpire Adrian Johnson was terrible.
He's terrible,
I mean, both ways, but I thought, I'll see the umpire scorecard later this morning. My guess is most of the blown calls favored the Marlins in that game yesterday on pitches that were not called on the edge, that were called off the edge, and just constant all game long.
I was surprised to hear Manny Machado's comments about how he's not in favor of the ABS challenge.
System, yeah.
He said, I'm old school. I like the human element. And I'm like, oh, you would have had a not strikeout if the ABS existed because that ball was well down. He didn't argue. He did not argue. He just kind of took his medicine and walked back to the dugout. But I thought, when a Randy Vasquez start is getting national attention from our friends Cespedes Family Barbecue, I go, well, that's interesting. They tweeted, Randy Vasquez running through a rainstorm, dry as a bone, no Ks, no problems. What a hero. The paragraph that they quoted was from AJ Casabell. But yeah, 4 1/3 innings, 1-run ball, lowering his ERA to 3.73. Did not record a strikeout. He definitely worked around some traffic, turned the ball over to the lights out back end of the bullpen, the four horsemen, as it were.
Of course, the key moment that everyone wanted to talk about after the game was Jackson Merrill running through Tim Leeper's stop sign there in the second inning on Martin Maldonado's double down the line and scoring from first base with what turned out to be the decisive run in the game. And I agree with a lot of the fans out there. Tim Leeper's had some, less than perfect moments as third base coach, as every third base coach does.
We see it because we're in the vacuum. So that's I see Dodger fans complaining about Dino Ebel all the time. I mean, it's sometimes sometimes as a player, Ben, Jackson said it after the game. He goes, if the ball goes to the wall, I got to score from first base. That's just in his head. And
I loved what he said. He said, yeah, on this team, we score from first base. Two outs on this team is what we do.
That's what we do.
He also said, I was going so fast, I felt like if I stopped at that point, I wouldn't have been able to put on the brakes and get back to third.
Ripped his hamstring in half.
He made, I think, a smart decision, one that you have to be able, and Mike Schilt always talks about giving his players the authority to make their own choices. Yeah, the base coach is there for a reason, and you should probably heed the base coach.
It's just a suggestion.
Most often, but the player
doesn't fly on my team.
The player is the only one who truly knows, and Jackson made a decision for himself, and it turned out to be the right decision. Now, for everyone who's saying, Tim Leeper is an idiot, why do you put up the stop sign? I don't know, with Fernando Tatis Jr. coming up on deck, I can see the idea of I do not want to get our third out at home plate here and not give, Tatis an opportunity to come in and drive in 2 or 3 with one swing of the bat. That would have been the biggest possible mistake you could have made in that situation.
A couple of points here that are great. Beatrice says, hot take. He's Tim Leeper's better than Matt Williams. That is not even a hot take. You are 1 billion% right. Matt Williams was not great as a third base coach. Tim Leeper has his moments, certainly, but it's a tough job, as we've heard many, many times from our buddy Tim Flannery. He goes, Woodsy, it is the most thankless job in Major League Baseball. It is really, really tough. And all these decisions have to be made lightning fast. Now, here's the thing. He has sent Martin Maldonado like 4 times when he should have held him, and he holds up Jackson Merrill when he should have sent him. And listen, I all these points are very, very valid as it pertains to Tim Leeper. But again, I do sympathize because it is a crap job. That's why I make Paulie do it on the tier 1s. I'm never at third base, right, Paulie? Ever.
Never.
I'm always at first.
Unless we're on the third base side.
I might. You will not see me running over there to wave guys in. It is really a thankless job. But Jackson took it upon himself, and thank God he did. Scored that run. Went ahead. It turned out to be the winning run.
Good to see him back in the lineup after he missed Sunday's game due to illness.
Boy, he didn't look good after that game.
Glad to be. He was definitely, how you feel like day after you're kind of still getting over it.
I feel like that right now.
I'm sure you
feel
do.
Like that
I'm
right
sure
now.
You do.
Yeah, jet lag is real.
But Jackson Merrill stuck it out, stayed in there even at the end of the game when they replaced Gavin Sheets for defensive purposes. Padres got the win, and once again added to their lead in the wild card race. They've gone from a half game up when the second half started on Friday, and now are 3.5 games up on both the San Francisco Giants. Well, actually, all 3 teams. The San Francisco Giants, the Cincinnati Reds, and the St. Louis Cardinals are all 3.5 games back in the wild card race. So you know how fast 3 games can go. I mean, the Padres built it up in 4 days. You could lose it in just as quickly. But on the other end, the Padres are also just 3.5 games behind the Los Angeles Dodgers in the NL West. And it was nearly 2.5 last night as the Dodgers took on the Twins and almost blew it at the end of the game. Shohei Ohtani started, got his 35th home run of the season after giving up one to Byron Buxton in the first inning.
First homer given up as a Dodger. Byron Buxton got him,
but then he got one back in the bottom of the first. And
what a luxury to have! You give up one and can hit one.
Yeah, well, he's the only guy who can really do that.
That's it.
But in the end, the Dodgers had a 5-1 lead in the ninth. Tanner Scott, though, ran into problems
Love
and
Tanner
then
Scott.
came
Love
up, looked like a hamstring injury. Dave Roberts says he believes Tanner Scott will be headed to the IL today. So another pitching injury. Former Padre Kirby Yates comes in, gets 2 outs after sac fly. So it's 5-2, tying run at the plate. Carlos Correa smashes one to center field. Looks like he's tied the game. Outman goes back, jumps at the wall. I don't think it would have gone over, but it was right there and inches away from a game-time 3-run home run. But the Dodgers do finally get their first win of the second half of the season, 5-2.
Yeah, it was fun being over in the UK watching Dodger fans just melt down from afar. It was really, really fun. I enjoyed that very much. Now, I did come home. The Padres won, so I'm alleviated from that curse, but maybe me coming home has helped the Dodgers win. And we talked a couple of weeks ago, Benjamin, about let yourself believe. Let yourself believe that they could absolutely slip because they have not looked great. Now,
talked about that a little bit yesterday. The other side of it, we said we just had the conversation. 3.5 games back.
Yeah.
Are you letting yourself start to go there?
Well, I mean, I'm certainly perusing and poring over the standings and the game logs and letting myself think, why not, man? Why not?
If they stay between 2 and 4 games, they got 6 games in 7 days against this team in a couple of weeks here.
Yeah, I mean, they don't look great right now. They got a lot of stuff to figure out. Now, again, you do get the sense that team is a team that can start it up on a dime. They're not getting good performances from some guys that they typically do. And if those guys start to figure it out, sure, they're going to end up being the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Yeah, Mookie Betts got benched for a day over the weekend. He's been struggling so badly. Blake Snell is getting close to a return. Blake Trinan's coming back. They got Tyler Glasnow back earlier this week.
Yeah, they're going to go out and make moves too at the deadline. So, with Tanner Scott being down, it forces them to have to get some back end help of the bullpen. Now, again, Trinan will be back. He's as nasty as it gets at the back end of a bullpen, but they're talking about the guy from Minnesota, Johan Duran, who would be ridiculous there. But yeah, it's going to cost them. It's going to cost them a fortune to get it, but they have it. They have money they have prospect capital that they can use, no problem. Will Andrew Friedman actually cough it up at the deadline? We'll see.
We also saw the Padres interested in bullpen help, according to John Heyman yesterday.
I did not see that.
He tweeted, you retweeted, or no, you didn't retweet it, but I saw John Heyman tweeted Padres reportedly shopping for more bullpen help, which,
right.
I mean, you're never surprised when AJ is looking into adding. I'm sure someone talked to a GM and said, yeah, AJ was asking about this reliever, so-and-so. Doesn't surprise me that AJ is asking about it. I still think, obviously, offense has to be the priority for the Padres and what they're picking up here at the trade deadline, but don't be stunned if one of those trades also comes with another bullpen piece to add a little bit more depth to the to the pen going down the stretch, because you never know who you're going to need after the trade deadline. You're stuck. You've got your team.
Yeah.
So you've got to also anticipate, well, if we lose one or two guys here or there, what do we have in reserve? So you have to plan for it, because there's not many moves that can be made once August 1st rolls around.
Yeah, no doubt, man. No doubt. And I'm, obviously we are all on pins and needles waiting for that trade deadline acquisition or two. Certainly there's a lot to be, there's a lot to have consternation about. Absolutely. Because when's the last impact bat you've brought in that did anything other than Juan Soto? Luis Ariz, I think, but he was not a deadline deal. But yeah, man, this team needs some offensive help. It's out there. What do we have to give? These are all the burning questions right now.
All right, we will talk more Padres baseball coming up in hour number 2, including, I think, the big favor that Clayton McCullough, he's the manager of the Marlins right now, former Dodgers coach. The giant favor he did for the San Diego Padres in yesterday's game that helped the Padres actually win the game. I don't know what he's thinking, but hey, we'll take it. Plus, we're going to give away, as I promised yesterday, some early Padres Mets tickets for the next homestand, the Sandless Beach Towel game next Tuesday, 1 week from today. We'll do that when we come back as well. And then later, Jesse Agler, the Incorporator, and more with Ben and Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. Our tier 1 listeners are so smart. I am looking in the YouTube chat, and just about every time I drop a tease, like I did in our last segment, the big favor that Clayton McCullough did for the Padres last night, someone always already knows what I'm talking about. They like suss it out immediately.
What are we, British show? No, suss it out. Look
Sussing it out immediately.
Don't be a Bellend.
I was shocked before the game when I saw the Marlins lineup, and Kyle Stowers, who is the hottest hitter in baseball right now over the last month or so, I think since, June 21st, leads MLB in home runs, like first in OPS, first or second in RBI. I mean, he's as hot as it gets. How do you bat a guy that insanely hot fifth?
Is it because he's hitting fifth and he doesn't want to move him? Is that where he's having all his success?
I mean, you can rationalize it however you want.
But if you're the Marlins and you're, they're in third place in their division, by the way. They're a third place team, which is insane in the East. And, they're not playing for much, I would say, this season, other than to find out who they've got and who are their dudes going forward. And he's definitely one of them. I don't think they're going to move him. But is that where he's been hitting and that's where he's having his success? Because it's really hard as a manager to yank a guy out of that spot where he's getting good pitches to hit and he's doing damage with them. But I understand your point.
Well, I think what I was looking at was, I know Mike Schilt looks at that and goes, I don't want Randy Vasquez to face him a third time.
That's exactly right.
And if you have him near the top of the order,
gonna.
How early am I going to have to pull him out to keep him from doing that? Because he was batting fifth, that allowed Randy to get into the fifth and set up then Adrian Morejon for a perfect lane of 5 batters to get through, with one of the nastiest relievers and neutralize what is one of the biggest weapons for the Miami Marlins in that game. I mean, you could not have set it up any better for Mike Schilt by waiting to bat their biggest weapon fifth in the order. And fine, I'll take any mistake or perceived mistake that the opponent will make and use it to your advantage. And I thought the Padres and Mike Schilt, Adrian Morejon, they used it to their advantage last night, because I didn't want to see Kyle Stowers face Randy Vasquez again.
No. By the way, Adrian Morejon has a case for the best left-handed reliever in the game of baseball right now. His ranks, Ben,
it's pretty insane.
His ranks amongst left-handed relief pitchers, his F4 is 1.7. That's second. His ERA is 1.76. That's second. His FIP, independent pitching, is 2. That's second among left-handed relief pitchers. And he is absolutely insane. His sinker last night was incredible. 33% whiff rate, 50% chase rate from a left-handed reliever coming in, locking down, getting his 5 outs, getting the win. That's one of those, Paulie, we talked a couple weeks ago about, it's not cool when a guy comes in and throws, a pitch and gets a win. That's one that you feel like Adrian Morejon was the winner of that game.
Yep.
He's brilliant. Yeah. He's been brilliant. So finding a slot for him after all these years of looking for a slot for Adrian Morejon has been incredible.
However, it still does look, as we mentioned earlier, that the Padres are looking for bullpen help. Kevin Acee in his news morning reiterated that it's really not sustainable to have both, Jason Adam and Adrian Morejon and Jeremiah Estrada all trending toward 80+ appearances in a season. I mean, that's a lot for the back end of the bullpen. And what one stat that blew my mind, Sunday's win, Woods, when they won without any of those guys, was just the 4th time all season that the Padres have won without pitching at least one of the horsemen in a game.
That's crazy.
I mean, they had the Kolek shutout, the Pavetta shutout. You had a couple of shutouts, and you had Sunday, and I'm not sure what the 4th one was, but essentially you don't win without those guys. At least one, usually 2, sometimes 3. And more often than not lately, all 4 of them coming in to have to, secure a 1-run lead and walk a tightrope all the way to the 9th inning, which they successfully did again last night.
And I think the biggest fear for all of us is that you look at it and you go, man, there's a lot of use. It's a lot of wear and tear on these arms. If we get to the postseason, are they going to be washed? Those guys, all of them, to a man, are dogs. Every one of them want the ball. They want the big situation. Listen, Mother Nature takes over at some point, and you don't have it anymore. You lose it. You're tired. You're gassed, whatever it is. But we watched the LA Dodgers win a World Series with just a bullpen last year. And I'm pretty sure those guys were used heavily in the regular season as well. it can be done. What is inside of these guys to make them want the ball to go out and get it done? I don't think they care. They just want the ball, and I'm pretty sure that Schilt would give them the ball every single game if it meant us winning games. Of course, we're going to worry about them falling off. Of course, we're going to worry about them running out of gas. But, man, when you look at the human beings that make up those guys, all four of them to a man are dogs. They all want it really, really badly. So I can understand why Mike Schilt's like, I'm rolling the dice. I'm going to keep rolling the dice until I crap out. When you crap out, yeah, that's not up to you. You know what I mean? That's not up to you. You keep rolling out your best guys until it doesn't work.
So we are hearing reports that, AJ is shopping for relief pitching as well to bolster one of his strengths. Padres now have the best bullpen area in all of baseball. They passed the San Francisco Giants yesterday, but it also means he might not be able to address another area. And it's starting to look like that area could be catching. That we may just be rolling with Elias Diaz and Martin Maldonado, which seemed unfathomable like 2 weeks ago.
I was going to say even a little bit longer, because I think it was about 2 weeks ago that we started talking about the fact that Mike Schilt loves both of these guys. He loves them. And, I think given the opportunity to upgrade a catcher, I don't know if he would. I said it. People thought it was eyewash that Schilt is just saying that. I don't get that sense. In fact, I've heard that's not the case. He loves these cats, and he wants to roll with them. Now, does that loyalty come back and bite him in the rear end? Maybe.
It depends on what else they do.
Correct.
If they can add a couple of solid bats to that lineup,
yes, then you don't care.
Then you ride with
you
the nine.
You can't really add two, though. I mean,
you can add one.
You can add one.
And a bench piece that is able to fill in.
Right.
And,
but if you
as much as they're moving guys around, we need better production off the bench.
Now, what does that look like? Could you possibly then acquire a better player if you don't have to spend anything on catching because you're rolling with Diaz and Maldonado?
Well, you say you don't have to. They're choosing to,
but
they have to.
Do you devote more resources to acquire what you believe is a better hitter, a DH, a left fielder that can be an everyday player, hit against both lefties and righties, and just be a stud in your lineup, and just go, we know our 9 slot is going to go through some massive slumps, potentially in the postseason as well. That's the risk when your catching core is Elias Diaz and Martin Maldonado. Now, in their defense, last 9 games or so, Padres have won 7 out of 9. Been contributions from both of those guys.
No question. Last night being one of them.
When they get offensive contributions from the bottom of the order,
we win.
The Padres get 7 to 9, they win. They are almost unbeatable. Now, I believe only the White Sox have had less offensive production from their 7, 8, 9 than the San Diego Padres this season.
We're still,
the White Sox are horrifically bad. The Padres are 10 games above 500. It shows you how much room for improvement they have, but it does sound like Mike Schilt may not be willing to budge on the improvements at catcher because, he's comfortable with the guys that they have.
Joanna says, bring back Higgy. I couldn't agree more. I think Kyle Higashioka can be had for almost nothing. It's not going to cost you an arm and a leg.
We talked about it last week.
Get Higgy back.
Luis Camposano.
What about him?
For Kyle Higashioka.
Straight up. Done.
If I'm the Rangers, I get at least the dreaming on Camposano. Like, hey, let's get our
hands on him. Yeah,
let's get Brett Boone working with him a little bit as the hitting coach. See if we can get unlock at the major league level what he's already doing at AAA. Work with our catching coaches, and we get out. We're not probably going anywhere. I know the Rangers. I think they climbed back a game above or within 500 yesterday. They're not out of it. But, we don't have to pay for the rest of Higgy's contract. Yep. He's just our backup catcher. Why not do that if you're the Texas Rangers? He's the one guy that you feel like Schilt would feel comfortable slotting right in because he knows most of these pitchers already. Other than like Nick Pivetta,
right? He's
probably caught or worked with just about everybody in that Padres rotation and bullpen.
Now, when I was gone, Dylan Cease came out in the second half and pitched his ass off. Did he not?
With Diaz,
not Maldonado. Yeah. Okay, now that's a switch that it's like, hey, it only took us 4 months to get there, but maybe that's the answer. But yeah, Maldi last night coming through and in a big spot and helped us win the ball game last night. So yeah, again, it's not our decision. Like, as much as we all want to go get Adley Rushman and see if we can fix him, or if we want to go get Logan O'Hoppe, or if we want to go get the kid from Colorado who they're probably not trading. As much as we want it, the skipper, the bullpen coach, the pitching coach, and the manager are the guys that are going to make that decision ultimately of like, this is who we want to roll with. And it's like I say all the time, you eat the soup. I mean, what choice do we have? We can pound our fists all we want and think that we need an upgrade. If they're comfortable with it, we got to roll with it. And that's the nature of it.
Talking about Higgy back to Texas, there was one name that our beloved Matt Janella actually threw out when he was in with us on Thursday last week. And I haven't stopped thinking about it. Wyatt Langford. He's on a cheap deal.
I don't think they would trade him though. He's part of their future, right?
I think he's on a 1 year. He's got pre-arb next year.
Pre-arb, okay.
So
control. Yeah, I mean, I thought it's certainly
that one you might have to attach a prospect to.
It's the kind of name that AJ swings for 100%. That you never saw coming.
But what would him and Higgy do to that lineup?
Oh, it'd be nasty, dude. Him out in left field, cheats DH, be nasty, dude. Wyatt Langford is I got him on my fantasy team.
He's a stud.
He's a stud. He's a good player, gritty player, hungry player, wants it.
Sounds like a Padre.
Sounds like a Padre. That outfield would be pretty dirty.
But I think it would cost a pretty penny, and the Rangers would be very reluctant to part with someone like that.
Yep. They're in a weird spot right now, the Texas Rangers. So
trying to take advantage of it,
as are a lot of teams. They got to figure out what they want to do and who they want to be. But these next, how many games till the deadline? We got about 9 games left till the deadline, something like that. 8 games. I mean, these are huge games, huge games. Like teams like the Cardinals, they need to figure out what they are.
Padres would like to help the Cardinals figure out that they're not contenders
by just destroying them
this weekend.
Yep,
would be very helpful, actually.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, I wanted to give a chance for the early risers to win some Padres tickets today, so let's do the giveaway right now. If you'd like to see the Padres take on the Mets next Tuesday, July 29th, first 40,000 fans in attendance receiving a free Padres sandless beach towel. You can call right now, be our 8th caller, 833-288-0973, 833-288-0973 to get your own tickets for Padres Mets. That's a big series next week. Go to padres.com/giveaways and /tickets for more details and to get your own tickets for next week's series against the New York Mets. All right, we'll come back. We've got Don't and Do This when we return. You have a do this item already from a Padre.
Yeah, talking a little eye wash, baby.
And I want to throw in, actually, we may have to do a second Don't Do This for another San Diego Padre who had a big days the last couple of days. That is coming up.
Don't do this?
I do this.
Oh,
I do this
okay,
as well. Coming up next after traffic with Ben and Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. First, though, I want to talk to you about SDFatLoss.com. Their huge summer sale is now on. Take 20% off, get your lowest prices of the year to lose up to a pound of fat per day and 10 to 20% of your body weight in just 60 days. You can do it now in the summer. I did my weight loss 2 summers ago. Lost 40 pounds in 60 days. I have kept all the weight off because I changed how I think about eating. I changed my metabolism a bit. I didn't have to exercise to lose the weight, but now I can exercise better and more than I ever was able to before, thanks to SDFatLoss.com. No injections, no surgeries, and you don't have to buy any prepackaged meals. It's all based on real food, stuff you're going to eat anyway. I ate a lot of chicken and steak and fish during my program. You can do it as well. They'll tailor it to things like you particularly enjoy eating. Yeah, there's some discipline involved, but everyone that I've talked to, and so many tier ones have gone through the program, they say they adjusted quickly. They saw the weight coming off really fast. That's extremely motivational, and they were all able to stick with it and then keep the weight off because it's a sustainable program. Find out how it can work for you by getting a free consultation at SDFatLoss.com, and make sure you take advantage of the huge summer sale. Lowest prices of the year now through August 1st. Start now. You can start in a couple of weeks, whenever is comfortable for you, but do it now. Get your free consultation by going to SDFatLoss.com. That's SDFatLoss.com. Results may vary.
Hey players, things are about to get real here in San Diego. Introducing the all-new Hamul Casino Resort. With a 200-room hotel tower, exciting new eats and drinks, plenty of new places to play, and a luxe spa and salon. Hello, rooftop pool and deck. It's where players can play their hearts out and enjoy all the perks that come with it. It gets real this summer at the all-new Hamul Casino Resort, the players' place.
Tuesday, brought to you by Trust and Will.
Don't.
Leave your entire estate, house, kids, and life savings up to chance if and when you die.
Do.
Set up a Trust or Will online at trustandwill.com.
This
is a lot more affordable than you think. Visit trustandwill.com for more info. Not bad. Paulie did a nice job filling in while you were gone with the don't, do, and this portion of that sponsor.
Good. It's not that challenging, but I have trouble with it sometimes.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
I guess the don't do this in this story goes to
who does it go
Carlos
to?
Narvaez.
Oh, it's so bad.
Carlos Narvaez is the catcher for the Boston Red Sox in the 10th inning last night in Philadelphia. For one of the most bizarre endings to a baseball game, probably in Major League history last night.
It's a weird one.
If you missed it, it was a 2-2 game. The Red Sox did not score, so the Phillies put their Manfred man out on second base to try to win the game. The inning started with a 4-pitch walk. They want to put on, runner on first base to set up a force. Then a wild pitch moves the runners to second and third. So they intentional walk again. So all of a sudden, bases loaded, nobody out. You're in a difficult situation. Edmundo Sosa comes to the plate for the Phillies and checks his swing, tries not to swing. Umpire calls it a ball, but then the Phillies dugout yells out, challenge, challenge, challenge. And when they show the replay, the check swing happened to tip the glove of Carlos Narvaez, and they rule it a catcher's interference, and it's a walk-off, forcing the runner home from third for just the second time in Major League history, a walk-off catcher's interference. The only other time was back in 1971 when the catcher was Johnny Bench.
Wow.
When it happened. In the only other time in Major League history, at least in the records that they could find. Now, the only thing that's kind of controversial about this, there's really no gray area on the rule. If you swing and you hit the catcher's glove, that's catcher's interference. But he wasn't even trying to swing. He was trying to stop his swing.
I think the attempt of a swing is still technically a swing.
Yep. I mean, it's a tough way for the Boston Red Sox to lose a game for sure.
He wore it he said, take accountability on that one. I got to be better. That cannot happen again. That is their 7th catcher's interference. That's the most in baseball this year. So,
of course, the Padres led last year in catcher's interference, largely due to Matt Waldron being a part of the pitching rotation, and the catchers trying to grab the ball before
you go get it,
dove out and somewhere that they couldn't catch it at all.
You see it, you're like, I've got a beat on it. I'm gonna go get it.
And they use a bigger glove too.
Yeah, they do, and it's a floppy glove.
Yeah.
And it's like, honestly, it's like my first baseman's mitt that hangs like the sleeve of a wizard. It is just loose, and you go out and you try to snatch it, and you're like, all right. It was Higgy. Higgy would always get banged on that. People would get so mad at him. I'm like, you have no idea what that ball's gonna do. And at the last second, sometimes, Benny, you'd see they'd have to flip the glove and try to block it because it would just dive everywhere. So, hey, this was not a knuckleball. This was a fastball.
No, it
wasn't. Try to get. And yeah, first one since 1971.
It is the job of the catcher not to get their glove hit by a bat. It just does tend to happen on those weird, late, awful swings by hitters.
Yeah.
I mean, it's never, guys trying to swing for the fences and, just miss it. It never happens on those. It always happens when they're completely fooled and they swing really, really late, and there really was never any chance of them getting a hit for the most part, and that's when the catcher's interference happens. So I would imagine it's definitely one of the most frustrating plays in baseball when it happens to your team.
Especially on a walk-off.
Especially on a walk-off.
It's brutal. I mean, look, chances they win they're going to win that game.
High.
Very high. Yeah, exactly. We're going to keep it positive, yeah?
Yeah, double positive.
Double positive, Paulie, if you would.
DD Mega Doo-Doo.
Got Michael King. Congratulations to Michael King, who looks to be making a return to the mound here pretty soon. What's the date on that? Any updates since I've been gone?
Still think sometime in August.
Okay.
Paulie and I speculated that they'd love to get him back for that stretch against the Giants and Dodgers in mid-August, which starts August 11th.
Okay.
Even better yet, maybe get him, a start under his belt before then, but obviously the rehab is going to dictate how quickly he truly gets back.
Do we know, is he throwing off a mound yet?
Yeah. He's now throwing off off mounds and up to like pretty much
like full velo.
He said, I feel 100%. Now it's just about working my way back in terms of, endurance and stamina and, just locking
Aren't we all
mechanics
looking for a little more endurance and stamina?
Control and mechanics and
control.
Got to get back.
And mechanics. We're all everybody.
Who
amongst us? By the way, congratulations though to Michael and Sheila King. Their baby girl was born. Do we have a name?
I have not seen.
Was it Charlotte? Did I see that? I just
name?
made that up off the top of my head.
Hang on.
Anybody know? Somebody in the chat.
Grace
McCrae. Just guess
King.
if you don't know, Woodsy. Charlotte.
Grace.
Kimberly. It's Grace.
Grace.
Well, welcome to the planet.
Was actually born a week ago, but we just saw some of the pictures yesterday.
Saw a cool video, him walking out. His family was in the waiting room, and he had the blue hat and the pink hat, because they were going to be surprised.
They didn't know beforehand.
Which, again, serial killer behavior, in my opinion. It is. It's serial killer behavior. I no offense. If you do that, I think you might be a serial killer because the planning that you have to do for a child is immense. And then waiting to the last second.
It's also how it worked for all of human history until just, the last, generation or so. You never had the option of finding out.
That's true. But now we do. And so why not?
People also rode on horseback across the country. Still could.
You could have
You don't
gone
have to, though.
to Manchester on a boat to see your favorite band play. But you don't. Now you have planes.
Steamship.
Once he's going to be back in 8 months, he's going to see his favorite band, and the ship is leaving out of New York, and he'll see us in 8 months. He's going to be back on the air.
Ride his horse to New York, get on the steamship for 2 months, go see the concert, and then on his way back on the steamship.
We will see him in 2027. Guys, it was amazing. I met this guy from Australia. He was unbelievable.
Yeah, I met him 18 months ago, but still.
He's coming out. He's going to be here 3 years. Oh, it's so good. And then how about another do this?
DD Mega Doo-Doo.
I absolutely loved this quote. I was flying. I was somewhere over the United States yesterday when I got my what do you call it? Wi-Fi to work. And I was able to watch this clip of Gavin Sheets on Foul Territory or Fair Territory, one of the two, talking about the difference in playing for the San Diego Padres and playing for, his former team. He didn't mention them by name, but he's talking about how the Padres do their business. Now, as a fan, I love eyewash. Is he
trying to protect the identity of his former team as if no one knows?
Yeah, as if nobody knows.
White Sox.
Yeah, we do things a little bit different here than in Chicago. But he's talking about how the Padres handle their business. And I loved this quote, and I thought it was very indicative of what we've learned about this team really since Mike Schultz been at the helm.
The way we prepare here and the stuff available to us is awesome. Just preparing on a daily basis for the pitcher at hand. And but I just like how simple they keep it. They take out the eyewash, and the most important thing is 640 every night. It's not about we get our work in for sure. But when you show up to the ballpark every day, you understand the most important thing is once the game starts. And I think that's most important. You keep all your effort and your energy and you save it up for the game, and we're extremely prepared. And the way we go about our business and the way we talk in meetings and just prepare for the game is pretty special.
You can't say that because that was kind of a big deal here a few years back. Padres were, I would say, behind the curve on a lot of this. Now, I don't think that they have been at their disposal and I've heard that, certain teams have every single little detail at their disposal. The Padres have decided to keep it simple. But again, the fact that there's 26 guys in the dugout or in the clubhouse before the game that know, hey man, as long as 640 comes and we are ready to go, that's what's the most important thing. We're going to take all this eyewash out of it. We're ready at 640. I thought that was really cool. Love that quote.
I also liked what I saw. I think it was from AJ Cassavell from Gavin Sheets about adding just making the little improvements in left field just to be serviceable.
Dude, so much better.
Remember when he played the first couple of games, ran into the wall, nearly
God.
killed himself. He's only -2 outs above average.
Bro, I mean, for a guy that doesn't play left field.
Which the Padres will happily take
100%.
with him out there in left field. He has done a serviceable job of being a left fielder, which means if the Padres really found a bat they loved, but it was a designated hitter, they could leave Gavin Sheets out there,
yes,
I think, for the rest of the season and feel like, okay, we've got a spot in the lineup now because he's getting better jumps. He says, my reads have been better, jumps have been better, feeling more comfortable out there. There's something every day that I'm trying to get better at, and it's been fun to embrace it.
And you've seen him do it on the fly. I mean, and that is really, really a credit to him. And you got to be willing to put the work in, but it's a credit to the Padres coaching staff, too, of getting him ready and making him more comfortable. And yeah, man, I got no problem seeing Bryce Johnson run out there in the 9th inning in a 2-1 game. Neither does Gavin Sheets, man. Trust me. He did his job. He comes in, he hits, plays left field. And now it opens up more possibilities for AJ Preller at the trade deadline.
And that is don't and do this for a Tuesday.
That was Don't Do This with Ben and Woods on 97.3 The Fan.
When we come back, we can talk more Padres baseball, including guys in the lineup, the bench, like Jose Iglesias, Bryce Johnson, who've been contributing more lately. But it's also kind of a weird day here in San Diego. I just want to lay it out on the table here.
I'm very confused, and I need some people to weigh in on this. I'm very confused.
I thought I was on drugs last night.
I did too. I thought I was as well.
We will talk about that coming up next.
And how weird it's going to be for the guy to my left.
Oh, yeah.
Later today. Very, very strange.
I'm already feeling a little queasy about it all.
Very odd.
Coming up next here on 97.3 The Fan.
Quickly, though, gang, let me tell you about the wonderful work that they do over at QC Kinetics. Right now, they are offering free laser treatments. Now, that's not to go get your back hair removed, just so you know. There's other places for that. This is not QC Kinetics. Call them, schedule your complimentary consultation, and get it booked. They'll give you a free laser treatment, and what that will do is help decrease the pain, calm the inflammation, and increase your range of motion. They will review your x-rays or MRIs as well if you have joint pain in your knees, your back, your shoulder, your hips. For me, it was my wrists. These guys can help you. Absolutely. They have a goal, long-term relief for pain in all of those joints without going under the knife. They use advanced regenerative therapies like platelet-rich plasma, PRP, you've heard of it, cellular treatments that target the problem at its source. It's exactly what they did for me. And people all over the country have been able to avoid surgery. That's the most important. Get a second opinion from QC Kinetics. You got nothing to lose and a free laser treatment to gain. Book your consultation this month at qckinetics.com or call them today, 619-614-PAIN, 619-614-PAIN. You let them know. Woodsy from 97.3 The Fan sent you. 619-614-PAIN. It's QC Kinetics.
Hey players, things are about to get real here in San Diego. Introducing the all-new Hamul Casino Resort. With a 200-room hotel tower, exciting new eats and drinks, plenty of new places to play, and a luxe spa and salon. Hello, rooftop pool and deck. It's where players can play their hearts out and enjoy all the perks that come with it. It gets real this summer at the all-new Hamul Casino Resort, the players' place.
I think we can save the contributions at the bottom of the order talk for another time. I want to get to this, Ben. I want to get to what is happening in San Diego today. Don't you think?
It's weird. I mean, at least I think it's weird.
I think it's weird too, but I didn't grow up here, so I don't have the connection. Anytime you start talking about the Los Angeles Chargers, there's a faction of the audience that gets very mad at you for even mentioning them. Then you have the faction of the audience that's like, no, I still love them. It's me and my dad. See, like, I have no problem. Root for whoever you want to root for. Like, do it, have a ball. I really don't care. It doesn't even bother you much anymore after all these years.
The people who still root for them they're not confused as to why the rest of us hate them, though.
Not even
they understand.
They totally get it.
They're not like, I can't believe you hate this team for moving to LA. They're like, no, I get it, and maybe I should too, but I just couldn't. I just wanted to keep cheering for them. But they understand it for the most part.
But I've actually seen over the last couple, when we first started on the air, oh my God, I remember Ben went on a Chargers rant. He had like death threats against it. I remember that. Like it was, he was like pounding the table, and people were so mad. And I think even now, like, I have a lot of friends that still root for him. People I know, they're like, no, I still watch him. And I like Justin Herbert. Bro, I get it. I like Justin Herbert too. He's a great quarterback, right? But I really don't have an NFL team. But I did find it very odd when I saw this a few weeks ago that they're coming back here to actually do a couple of days?
They are practicing today and tomorrow at USD.
Yes. Today and tomorrow, a couple of days. And they're going to come back and practice. Now, what was the impetus behind this?
I really don't
Was it a Harbaugh
know.
thing because he was at USD?
There's certainly the story of Harbaugh coming back to where he began his coaching career at USD.
Okay.
Now, most teams are just starting training camp today. I think this is the day that most teams report. But because the Chargers are playing in that Hall of Fame game in Canton, they started last week, a week early, have been working out up in El Segundo, wherever their training facility is, and
we drove by it. Remember, we went up to that Callaway thing. We drove by that. It was badass.
Yeah,
like
it's a pretty spectacular facility that they had built for them. Again, something else that Dean Spanos didn't have to pay for in Los Angeles.
Yeah,
I mean, hey, everything's free up here apparently. So why wouldn't he leave?
So our buddy Brett, who we play ball with on the Tier 1 baseball team, he says, I'm still a huge Chargers fan, but even this feels weird and a bit icky. That's my whole thing about this.
Today they're trying to make it all about the military.
Okay.
And the practice is for military families. And then
it's hard to argue with that.
They're going to the Nimitz like this evening and doing like a walkthrough for the military on the aircraft carrier. So today is about the military. I believe tomorrow's practice is open at USD. And of course,
Brett.
They have invited the media to cover it, both the LA media, if they want to come down, and local San Diego media, which includes sports directors at local television stations. So I'm credentialed and feel like it's, my duty to go out and report on what's going on, at least at Chargers practice.
It's definitely duty.
Yeah, I am going kind of with an eye on seeing, well, what's the reaction to being there? Because I don't care I don't care what the battle is for the backup wide receiver slot, or how's the offensive line looking for Justin Herbert this year. I don't care at all. I mean, just as I don't care what the Dolphins offensive line looks like, or the Titans linebacking core looks like. We're not going to get into the weeds of some sort of season preview. But the emotional part of this return, are people going to be mad? Are they going to be excited? Are there going to be people with signs? Are there going to be cheers? Are there going to be boos? Who's going to be out there to watch this practice? Will it be well attended? Will it be sparsely attended? I think all of these things are fascinating, and I don't really know what the answer is going to be.
I really don't either. And I did find it a little weird. I heard, a couple players talking about, yeah, man, I'm excited for this. This is the root. These are the roots and where it came from. And it's like, I don't know, man. Like, people get divorced, they move on, they get other partners. I don't want my former partner coming back with her new partner to film a sex tape at my house, and I'm the one that has to film it. I don't, if you guys want to do that in the privacy of your own home, great. Don't ask me to hold the camera. Hey, can we use your place? Don't you guys, you have a place. It's up in LA. It's really nice. I'm seeing it. I drove by it. Congratulations. We've all moved on. No, we're going to film it at your house, and you're going to film it. You're going to hold the camera. That was what I found a little bit odd, but I guess,
just man, this boom mic
here.
Yeah,
you hold the mic like Scotty from Boogie Nights. It's very, very odd. It's just odd to me. It's very odd to me. And if you're excited about going and you're taking your son, good for you. I think that's awesome, man. I'm glad you guys have that connection. That's great. They do it. They're from LA though, and they left here. So that's the weird part about, like, why? How many years has it been now? It's been 10 years, 7 years?
7 years.
Like 10.
That's my thing, is they haven't made not one effort to like extend the olive branch to San Diego.
All
they
of a
just
sudden,
think we can just show up.
That's the weird part.
Okay.
That's the weird part.
Yeah, it gets under my skin.
It'd be less weird if the Cincinnati Bengals were in San Diego for a week just to get some
Oh, of
sunshine.
course. I think that would be
fun.
it
That'd
would
be
make
great.
perfect sense. And I would be there.
Yeah.
My son loves Joe Burrow. I would be out there watching. I just thought this was a little bit weird because the Bengals aren't from here.
What are you hoping to accomplish?
Are you trying to get
win
new
over
fans?
new fans
I don't know,
from
man.
San Diego? I just don't get it. And I never will. Obviously, financially, I'm sure they're doing fine up in LA.
Yeah.
With a stadium that they don't have to pay for.
They
a
are.
facility
They
don't have to pay
Yeah.
for.
They're doing very well.
They're doing just fine, but they would have been doing okay here in San Diego. To me, it just shows you, though, that they don't care about the fans at all. And can you really? I know that it's a business.
He's getting worked up.
I know it's a business. I get it. The Padres are a business as well. But when you do that and you make your entire decision based on, I'm going to make X more dollars here than I do there.
Sure.
And I don't care about 50 years of people who built their families around going to games,
Their whole lives
and
around
dedicated their lives to supporting me and my family's team. I can make 17% more by ripping that all away from a community and going up here where I get a better deal. How can you support a person like that and an organization like that? I don't understand how they didn't really lose 100% of their fans in San Diego.
We need to talk about Bryce Johnson then, because he's starting to get. So, hey, here's the other question: how are you going to handle yourself out there today? And also, will Dean Spanos be there? There's no way. No way.
I would be shocked. I would be shocked
if he may be up in like the thing up in the crane. They did the coach's crane. They put him up in one of those to look down. There's no way he's walking around shaking hands.
I would like
right?
to think that if Peter Seidler was given the opportunity to move to LA and he was guaranteed 25% more if he moved up there, that there would be zero possibility that he would do that.
Yeah, I would hope so.
Like rip the Padres out of San Diego.
I would hope so, man. I would hope so. I don't think this community could ever withstand another one doing that. I'll tell you that right now. I was there the day it happened. I saw men crying. I saw men dropping their jerseys, walking away. I was there. I was working at 94.9 at the time, but they sent me down. I went down there, and I'll never forget it. I will never, ever forget what
I was
that
on the
like.
air with Kevin Acee at night when Adam Schefter put out the tweet that said, it's over. They're moving. And I went down to the complex that night on my way home. I saw men just weeping, throwing jerseys into a pile. I'll never forget it. It's very weird, man.
I'm so curious as to how, again, if you love them, I'm good for you. I don't care. I'm go love who you love. I really don't care. I'm worried
I think
about
it's weird.
I do too, but you like who you like. I don't, I like weird stuff. It's fine. I'm worried about this guy going down there today to go down there to cover this independently, as a journalist for your station.
I'm really so
what if he comes back and he's a fan? What if he's like a fan?
Who is a football fan, and she does some of the sports work now at Channel 10 when I'm not there. She's going to actually go do the talk to Harbaugh and the players. I'm going to focus more on the fans and see what their reaction is.
Right.
Just curious. I'm just curious. Are they going to be inside? Are there going to be anybody outside? Protesting? Does anyone even care?
That's the other thing.
Does anyone have just the energy to go down there and even bother saying, I don't want you back here in my backyard. Leave and go back up to LA. Is anyone going to even bother doing that? I wouldn't blame you if you don't. I'm certainly not expecting it. I'm just curious as to what it's going to look like.
Be interesting, man. It'll be an interesting sociological experiment. Look at it like that, a sociological experiment. And so,
that's just how my brain works. Do you ever let yourself go there and just think about an alternate universe where if they never left, what a week like this week would be with the Padres rolling and in a playoff spot, and then you got training camp, like you said, it's already started because they're getting going a little early. Antonio Gates going into the Hall of Fame. Phillip Rivers retired from the NFL yesterday. I thought that happened.
Released a very
5 years
sweet
ago.
video.
Cool video.
He started tearing up, started talking about his O-lineman, how much he loved them, and then he got a knock on his door there in Alabama, and
my
they
point
were
is
all standing at the door, and he goes, I can't believe you guys are all here.
There's an alternate universe where Gates and Phillip Rivers would be
here
this week.
Yeah,
but what Phillip Rivers
and
did,
I couldn't care less.
He said, the thing that I remember the most will be always that drive down into Qualcomm Stadium. Being there in Murphy Canyon. He made it very San Diego centric when he retired. He implied, I am retiring as a San Diego Charger, not an LA Charger. He was there for a year or two, and then that was it. He played so many years here in San Diego. I loved interviewing Phillip. I got to do it so many times, and I wish him nothing but the best and congratulate him on his career and his retirement. Those O-linemen were all good dudes that I covered for many, many years, and I wish them the best. And they're in the toughest situation because they only have two choices. Either get on board with the LA Chargers or really renounce the fact that you're an NFL alum, a great player, because you can't really hook on with any other team. They're not going to go honor you. And I know he played for the Colts for a year. Right. They're not going to do big ceremonies and retire your number in Indianapolis for one, bad season, Phillip. If he wants to have, what he spent his life and his energy and all of his best years as the quarterback, he's got to do it with the Chargers. He has no other choice.
Yeah.
So I understand that.
Sure.
I don't hold it against Phillip that he hasn't, come out and said, I will never have anything to do with that organization ever again. He doesn't really have much of an option.
Oh, he already retired. They're retiring his jersey.
No. He has not.
No, he retired from the NFL.
He signed a one-day contract and officially retired.
But, so he signed it with the Los Angeles Chargers.
He did. Because he has no other team to do it with. That's his team.
It happens, guys that age like that. It does happen where they'll take a year or two
he
off.
Was thinking about if someone.
I remember a couple years ago.
He
was like, let's see how the old whip feels.
Legitimately, I don't know that Colin Kaepernick has officially retired from the NFL. You have to submit your retirement paperwork. Guys will just hang on, and you never know. A phone call might happen.
I'm still available. I'm still here.
But he hasn't played since 2020. I looked it up. I was like, I thought he retired 4 years ago.
Well, listen, if you're going down, have a great time. Be careful. Now, Ben.
Nobody says I can see Ben getting unhinged and getting escorted out kicking and screaming. That's not going to happen.
Don't have a couple of drinks before you go.
I'm not going to.
Actually.
And the media relations staff has been very polite, setting it up.
Okay.
There's no reason there should be anything bad that happens.
It's just a weird one. We're going to do it. We're going to do it at your house. You're going to hold the camera. It's very odd. They have a practice facility that's 80 miles away.
Right.
It's very strange.
All right, let's talk about Bryce Johnson and Jose Iglesias after a check of traffic here on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
This game day traffic report is brought to you by Crystal Geyser, Alpine Spring Water. Earlier car fire in the Genesee off-ramp, northbound 5. Tow truck is helping to clear that. Also eastbound 8 for the 163 stalled car being moved out of middle lanes. And 2-car collision on the coastline, northbound 5 at Las Pulgas. It's over to the right shoulder. What makes Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water different? They always bottle their Alpine Spring Water less than 1.5 miles from the spring source. And all of their bottles are made with 50% recycled plastic from their own recycling plants. Crystal Geyser, bottled at the spring source. I'm Kelly Danick with Ben and Woods, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
So Jose Iglesias got the start yesterday. Didn't get a hit. Did walk once. Lined out. Had a nice opposite field line drive that was caught against Eury Perez. I had made the argument yesterday. I wouldn't mind seeing a little more Bryce Johnson in the lineup. You can make Sheets your DH for a day or two and play Bryce in left field. He's been hitting okay. Neither of them look like they're everyday players, but Iglesias is actually hitting over 400 over the last few weeks. He's picked up the bat offensively, and he did help carry the Mets last year to the National League Championship Series, especially with his play in the second half of the season. Is it possible that Jose Iglesias is coming around to be more of an important member of the San Diego Padres here for July, August, and September?
Yeah, I listened to the always eloquent Jesse Agler, who will join us this morning at 8:35, talking about, and we can ask him about this too. I want him to recap what he said on the broadcast about how strategic they have been in the second half already with getting home. He spells at second, spells at short, spells at third. Honestly, I feel like defensively you don't give up much with Jose Iglesias. I don't know
at most positions.
Yeah, I mean, and I think you look at it and you go, I don't know what his defensive number.
They're good.
Somebody's going to call me and be like, he's a negative DRS, whatever. I don't know. He's always in the right spot. It feels like he always makes the plays that he needs to make, in my opinion. But I think with him, it's so valuable to be able to give Crony a day off his feet, to give Manny a day off his feet, and to give Xander a day off his feet, and have a guy that can play all those very, very well. He's a big part of this team. Yeah, I'd love to see him hit more. Obviously, I think it absolutely would be better if he was hitting like he did last year when he hit over 300 for the Mets.
He had like a 7 or 8 game hitting streak.
Yeah, he's absolutely fine. He's absolutely fine. I am totally with him. Great. He's a very valuable piece.
It does show you, though, that when the Padres get any contributions at all out of their bench, out of the bottom of their order, it makes such a huge difference. When they don't, the guys at the top have been good, but not good enough to just completely carry the team. There's too many empty spots in the lineup and the bench. But when those guys do come through, and they've all kind of had their weeks or their stretches where they have done so, it makes the Padres a much more dangerous team.
No question. We still need to be deeper. I don't know that Bryce Johnson needs multiple starts, but
I've liked his swings lately and when he's gotten some opportunities. All right, we'll come back. Hour number 3 of Ben and Woods.
You guys are going to like this next. We have a new bit all the way from across the pond. Coming up next, you should be. Ben eats crisps.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes. right, my friends, we are halfway home on a Tuesday. Ben and Woods back together here in the studio for a short time. Travelgeddon continues. It's coming. I'm sorry. I'm Woodsy. That's Paul Reindl, executive producer. Ben Higgins, your friendly neighborhood sports. I know you guys love numbers out there, so I did a little math this morning between our trip to Philadelphia and then my trip to Manchester, England, which I got back yesterday at about 2:30. They did lose my baggage, so I'm still waiting and tracking that. I haven't found it yet. And then I'm leaving on Monday for Hawaii for our family vacation. I will be taking the radio equipment. I will be doing shows from Hawaii at like 3 o'clock in the morning. I'll be getting up to service you all, and I don't want to leave you guys in the lurch again. But between all of those three, I
Maui's concierge.
No, it's a Kauai's concierge. Yeah, I have totaled the. You want to hear the grand total for the month of July?
Mileage
on my ass on my ass on a plane.
Are you counting like Philly there
to
and
from.
back?
Yeah,
okay.
to and from.
I'm gonna guess 3,500 miles.
Paulie.
Oh no, we're definitely well over.
I guess
20,000.
That's probably one way.
We are at 20. By the time I get back from Hawaii, it'll be 21,402 miles flown in the month of July. To fly around the world is 24,000 miles.
Oh, you're almost there.
I'm almost there.
More flight.
One more trip.
One more trip.
Yeah. It's insane.
Oh, yeah, 5,010. Yeah.
So,
Jesus, good God.
We talked about this yesterday, and
I heard you took some shots at me.
I didn't take shots. Both of us do feel like you deserve time off. You deserve time with your family, and we feel a little bad about you taking the equipment with you and having to get up so early.
I don't mind
on your vacation. But ultimately, I admitted that after being gone to London and then to jump again and just be gone for another 8 days, I would start getting kind of resentful
as you should
of you being gone that long.
I would have slit your throat. had you done that to me. So that's exactly why I thought, I got no problem. And listen, dude, when we go to Kauai for vacation as a family, buddy, it is the most relaxing. I will be done at Kauai time at 7 a.m., I think. I think that's right, 7 a.m. I can go back to bed till 10, get up, have the whole day ahead of me.
I'm an island boy,
Yep.
and I've been trying to.
And I'm going to be hanging with my kids.
You don't really have to go to bed that much earlier to get up because you already go to bed early.
Yeah.
And you already get up really, really early.
Yeah, it's not going to be a problem for me at all. My biggest fear is that the equipment is not great, and I'm going to try my best to make sure it's all good, find the right spot. Paulie's going to be, I'm sure, walking me through a lot next week while I'm gone, as he always does. Couple of things. So if you missed the open today, you need to go back and listen. 6 a.m. I told you guys about my friend Aussie Tony, who I met, who is going to be a friend for life. I'm pretty sure.
The pit boss from Melbourne who you met at the Oasis concert.
He's unbelievable. He's a legend. So he wrote me this morning on WhatsApp. I sent him the link and I said, go and listen to from the beginning. Told the whole story. And he goes, oh my God, you are an effing star, mate. Jesus, thank you for the kind words. You are bloody hilarious. And I said, you're the best, dude. He goes, I feel really lucky to have met you. This is the start of a lifelong friendship, bud. Strap in. I said, me too. He goes, also, you're messing with my reputation. I drank 20 beers, not 14. My mates will think I've gone soft when I share this. So he said, he goes, I just got offered to take a poker school at the time of the LA shows when Oasis is playing in LA. And I said, no way. He goes, I politely declined. I'll be coming to San Diego and LA, my man. So we're going to all get to meet Aussie Tony. He's a legend. He's unbelievable, dude. So getting a chance to go over there and meet a guy that we loved each other, dude. We had the best time. And so hopefully he'll come over. Now, I wanted to talk. I know, you were very interested in the food. You were interested in the food on the plane. You were interested in the food in England. I was worried about the food over in England. And I think my concerns were validated by the time I got over there. The food on the plane, it's plain food, but it was good. It was good. It was my 50th birthday. I was going to go all out. I sat first class on British Airways. They really take care of you. The service was fantastic. Being able to lay, could I make up your bed for you? You absolutely can make up my bed for me right now. Absolutely. No question. Had some sea bass on the way out. It's pretty good. Had some prawns on the way out. It's okay. Desserts were fantastic. Then I got to England. And I mostly just drank Guinness for the first 24 hours. That's pretty much all I did. Didn't eat anything till the next day. I went to get breakfast. And I texted you guys a picture of the breakfast. Bro, It was.
I couldn't really tell what it even was.
It was
until you told us.
I simply ordered a coffee, eggs on toast, and yogurt and berries. Okay, I got the eggs on toast. They were runny as could be. The scrambled eggs, you couldn't have. They were almost like liquid. So that was repugnant. The berries was like, or the yogurt and berries was like they took some milk and poured it in, and then just sprinkled berries in it. It was hit. Ate anything. I pretty much ate steak at every meal. And I
steak
mean,
and Guinness.
Steak and Guinness, every meal.
Steak and ale.
Steak and ale. But you go over and you notice the differences, right? Also, lunch, it was not a thing. Like I don't think I ever had lunch when I was over there. You do breakfast and then you do dinner. And I found a place where I got steak and eggs. So I just ate that. And then I found a place at night where I could eat steak, and I got steak and fries, and it was really good and delicious, lots of protein. But then you walk around, you go into the stores, and you look around at the difference in their candy and the difference in their chips, as they call crisps. And so, yeah, Paulie just posted a picture. It looks like diarrhea. It looks like yellow diarrhea on.
It's a slightly undercooked egg.
Slightly.
I mean, if it's a quality egg, you don't want to overcook it and nuke it. That's the yogurt.
Ugh. Look at the yogurt.
Yeah, it's a very watery looking yogurt.
It looks like milk.
And they spell it with an H as well.
Yes.
It's yogurt.
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 So what I did is I thought it would be fun to come back. Here, you should put your hat on that I got you for your trip to one of your many presents. I brought you more presents. You brought Ben a bucket hat that has the C word all over it. And on top, one big C word. There you go. And I want to do this. All right. So I'm going to give you a crisp. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, they had funkier flavors, but I didn't go crazy. I'm not trying to kill you here. I just want to see if your palate is sophisticated enough to name the flavor of potentially some of their crisps that they have, which
should be wearing the GIMP mask for
are
this.
chips. Are you ready?
So I'm ready.
Right,
so
what would you guess that flavor is? Don't smell it, just eat it. Give me a 1 to 10 also.
I'm going to go 4.
Okay, 4.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Not great. It does have a familiar taste to it.
Uh-huh.
Does it?
Like a Worcestershire sauce or something.
Yeah, it's flame grilled steak.
Steak. Yeah, okay. So yeah, there's a meaty. Yeah, there's definitely a meatiness to it. Yeah.
All right.
Toss me a flame grilled steak.
Yeah, try
chip.
this.
I gotta try it.
Okay. I will not try it.
Flame grilled steak.
Yep, that's one of the
types. Was it vegetarian or was there actually meat in it?
It could be meat in it. Cleanse your palate with a little sip of water there, a little eco water for you. And I want, no good.
I just smelled one. I was like, I don't know.
All right, then try this. This is a Walker's, like
Walker's.
their versions of Lay's.
No, these are a little more thin. Crisps.
Thin. One to 10.
Like a 6.
Okay. Like these a little bit better.
Like a little fruitier in some way.
Definitely not fruity.
No?
Is your you ready? You want to give a guess?
Oh, not fruity. Maybe like a No, I've got no idea on that one.
Cheese and onion.
Cheese.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yes,
I mean, you know, we have like sour cream and cheddar and stuff. Yeah, that was actually fairly normal.
Right, and then the last one here.
Yeah, I can see that. Okay,
this is another McCoy's thick.
This is more of a ruffle type chip.
Try that.
Yeah. 2. Ketchup?
No. 1 to 10.
2.
2. This is sizzling king prawn. Shrimp chips.
Oh, I'm gonna throw up.
Nasty, right?
Yeah.
All right.
That was bad.
Ben eats crisps. Live on Ben and Woods this morning. These are yours. I brought these for you, so you can take them home and do whatever you want with
prawn.
Them. Prawn's not your favorite.
Not a big fan of prawn flavored chips.
They have a lot of there's a lot of like KFCs over there, Popeyes. They have a lot of that. I didn't eat any fast food when I was there.
Good. Did you have any fish and chips?
No.
You didn't ever get fish and chips.
No.
They actually do it quite well over there.
No, I had them in London. I was not a fan, so I didn't.
Really?
I didn't eat them this time.
The one time I went, I had fish and chips. I thought it was great.
The food wasn't great. It wasn't great. The steak was good. It was everything. It was steak and béarnaise and I got fries with everything, and it was fine. Like, you can absolutely survive on that. The Guinness was outstanding. It was better than it is here. It was outstanding. And you can tell the difference. I went to one place where it was really good. Then I went to the other place where they don't use the right taps and the right lines, and it tasted like metal. And you go back to the other place and go, I'll take one of yours because it tastes like a milkshake. And I'll tell you, they go down real smooth.
Did you take advantage of the 100-pound gift certificate that I got you at your hotel?
I did. I took.
Was that the bad eggs and yogurt?
No, I
good.
took Craig to dinner.
Oh, good.
That day, and I had no. That's why I used it for breakfast.
Okay,
I used it for breakfast and had coffee with Tony, Aussie Tony, with your gift card. So thank you for that. I also got some dessert late night at the hotel. Had the sticky toffee pudding, which was
I know you like that.
Unbelievable. Oh, the desserts were fantastic. But yeah, other than that, man, it's kind of tough sledding over there.
Shrimp chip is not going down very well.
I bet not.
Yeah,
I bet not.
Ooh.
I want to save that one for last. Which one of the three you like the best? The cheese and onion?
Yeah, the cheese and onion was
honestly,
definitely
it was
the best,
like the names of them I couldn't even eat.
I mean, it's close to sour cream and onion. It's close to cheddar and sour cream. I mean, that's not bad. That was the best one.
Okay. Well, these are yours. You take them home.
Thank you.
Give them to your kids or do whatever you want with them. But that hat on you is just.
Oh, yeah.
I'm very conflicted right now because I don't want you to take the hat off, but I can't really look at you or take you seriously with it on.
I don't even know if it's legal for him to have it on.
I don't know.
Legal.
That's how I feel.
It's certainly in poor taste. I know that.
David said, please tell us you did not have a full English breakfast. Absolutely not.
Beans
Absolutely
on
not.
toast?
I'm not. Look.
Black pudding?
I am not adventurous. I am adventurous, but not when it comes to food.
Tomatoes? They just like grill up some tomatoes.
Yeah, they put tomatoes on everything.
Make you eat them for breakfast.
Yeah, it was very odd. But the steak was fantastic. And that's how I survived.
And did you have beef Wellington?
I did on the way home.
On the plane on the way home.
Maybe a little gassy. I'm not going to lie. Maybe you don't give people beef Wellington on a plane ride home. That had some kind of slimy green thing around it with mushrooms. I didn't really like that.
That's the duxelle of mushroom. It's a critical element to beef Wellington. It's the fillet.
Yeah.
And then you wrap it in the mushroom duxelle and then the pastry crust around it, and that's how you make beef Wellington.
Yeah, Craig had they call them BAPs. It's like a breakfast sandwich, and his BAP had a big sausage on it, like a big banger, and I think it was a little bit rough. Learned about, like, Paulie is a shoe hound, right? He loves shoes. Over there, they call them crepes. Crepes. They have a store called Crepe Locker. Crepe Locker. Like, they'll say, oh, fresh crepes. And that's what they call. I got new shoes
Foot
too.
Locker, but Crepe Locker.
I got new shoes too. These are my new crepes.
Crepes.
Yeah. Crepes. I thought it was great. I learned all kinds of slang when I was.
What do they
there.
call crepes then?
I don't know. Crepes.
Shoes. Crepes. Crepes.
Yeah,
Sneakers.
shoes. So the little differences over there are outstanding. But man, it was such a fun time. Thank you guys for covering for me, letting me go have a yeah, look, Crepes Locker.
That's amazing.
Crepes Locker.
Yeah, took a picture. Paulie is a huge crepe fan.
I won some crepes earlier this morning.
Did you get some?
I did.
No, you got new crepes.
Got those white ones I showed you.
You got new crepes on the way. So yeah, it was awesome, dude. Highly recommend. Manchester as a city. It's so.
And you saw so they got the two major football teams there, Man United and Man City.
Bro, imagine living in a city.
You were on the side more by
City.
Etihad Stadium,
The Etihad.
Etihad Stadium, where Manchester City plays. They got the light blue kits.
Got my two boys a Man City jersey. They loved it.
Was there like a
so
split
cool.
though? You could tell in the city, like divided between the two teams.
Were there any soccer matches going on while you were there?
No, they're kind of off season right now.
Okay. Yeah, but you like Noel Gallagher. Was like talking smack. He's like, Manchester's blue, and everyone boo. They don't mess around. They're City fans. It was crazy. I saw the Soccer Hall of Fame over there when I was there. Football, sorry, right. Football Hall of Fame as they call it. But the little difference is the city is incredible. It's just an incredible, cool town.
Billie Eilish was also in Manchester having a huge tour as well.
She was there
the
time.
same night.
Yep, same time. It was nuts.
It's crazy.
It was nuts, and the whole city was. You would walk in a like a department store, and there's blasting Oasis. The whole town.
Now you didn't go over
Oasis.
to Liverpool, which isn't that far away.
It is far, and so
far enough.
What we figured out, we were going to go. We found out, man, it is not as easy to get around as we thought it would be. Like the trains and stuff, it was kind of a beating, and we just said, man, I don't really feel like doing it. I don't feel like doing it at all. So, but it was
because it's like an
cool.
hour or two away
Yeah.
toward the coast.
Yeah. It wasn't as easy as we thought it would be to get around, but we saw everything in town we wanted to see, and it was incredible. So thank you, boy.
All right. We have a game of Take on Woods coming up. If you'd like to play against the man, he is ready to take you on for a chance to qualify for a trip to Las Vegas and tickets to Motley Crue, our musical trivia challenge. Coming up next, get online right now by calling 833-288-0973. 833-288-0973. We'll get a contestant on the line. We'll play our game. And then Jesse Agler, the Incorporated, will join us at the bottom of the hour, all coming up after traffic on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. GEGE 000-466. For a full list of games and rules, play at 7 Mile Casino. Visit 7milecasino.com.
Perhaps if Aussie Tony wants to ever move to San Diego and needs a job, he can look at 7 Mile Casino. It would be a great place to work.
He'd
right
crush
there.
it. He would absolutely crush it.
Easy to get to, right there off the 5 freeway in Chula Vista. You wouldn't have to commute all the way out, an hour or whatever daily to the other card rooms in town. And I mean, he'd be there with the windows. I don't think you could find a better casino to work at than 7 Mile Casino.
No question. Certainly a great place to go sit down and play some California-style blackjack, and Texas Hold'em, Pai Gow, all of it. Baccarat as well. They got great food, too. Speaking of food, nice to be back in America where the food is really, really good. At least it's what I'm used to.
You have a Jersey Mike's yet?
I have not.
Okay.
I did have a carne asada burrito right when I landed.
Yeah, you always have to get a burrito when we come back, don't
we? Right when I landed. But no, man, they do everything right at 7 Mile Casino. Best part, just 7 minutes from downtown.
Take care of the high limit players. They're spreading good action at 7 Mile Casino at all hours of the day. Dealers know what you're looking for when you go in. So please, if you haven't been there yet, make the short drive from downtown San Diego. Hop on the 5, west side of the 5, right there on San Diego Bay. 7 Mile Casino, just 7 minutes from downtown.
Hey players, things are about to get real here in San Diego. Introducing the all-new Jamul Casino Resort. With a 200-room hotel tower, exciting new eats and drinks, plenty of new places to play, and a luxe spa and salon. Hello, rooftop pool and deck. It's where players can play their hearts out and enjoy all the perks that come with it. It gets real this summer at the all-new Jamul Casino Resort, the players' place.
Well, you're back just in time for a Mike Schilt week. You can tune into the Manager's Report with Mike Schilt this Friday at 9 a.m. here on Ben & Woods. The Manager's Report, refreshed by Eco Water SoCal. Try alkaline water for just $9.95 a month. Eco Water SoCal, keeping it soft since 1925.
Indeed.
Skipper should be, I mean, we're still a few days away, but if they continue to play the way they have, should be in a good mood on Friday.
Kiss of death right there.
True.
Ben Higgins.
They could win every game. Might not be in good mood. You never know.
You're
with the skipper.
You literally never know.
It's usually the opposite.
It's the opposite.
Like whatever you think,
They'll
hit you with the opposite.
Yeah. Hey, you guys playing well. Yeah. So what, boy?
4-game losing streak. You're like, oh crap.
Oh,
And then he's like,
hey,
loose and
how we
having
doing?
fun. You're like, wait, what?
It's a very interesting. He's a very interesting study in psychology. Very interesting. They need like a whole team from Vienna, Austria, studying the psychology sometimes of Schilty.
All right. Why don't we get to today's game? It is time to play some Take on Woods. Take on What's brought to you by Bay Alarms, security and fire alarms for every business. We got you, and we got Brandon today. Hello, Brandon. How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing great. How are you?
I am fine. Brandon, we will have 3 categories for you. If you can beat or tie Woods, we'll put you into the drawing for our grand prize, a 2-night stay at the Park MGM in Las Vegas, tickets to Motley Crue on September 19th, and a $100 gas card. Catch Motley Crue's Las Vegas residency at Dolby Live at Park MGM September 12th through October 3rd. Tickets available at Ticketmaster.com. All right, here we go. 3 categories for you to choose from. Beatboxing, still on the table. 5 song titles and musical artists, including the word beat. Mothers and fathers, 5 song titles that include either mother or father in the title. And today's new category is not on any map. 5 song titles with fictional places in them. So beatboxing, mothers and fathers, or not on any map. Brandon, what would you like to play?
Beatboxing is B-E-A-T, correct?
B-E-A-T. That is correct. All right, beatboxing, 5 song titles or musical artists, including the word beat. You'll have 60 seconds. Answer as many as you can. If you don't know one, say pass. We can come back to it if there's time remaining. First question is the 2-second song. Paulie, I'm going to play you some music. You need to give me that song title and the artist to score the point. First you, then Woods. Compare scores. You know how it works. Brandon, are you ready to go?
I'm ready. Let's
All
do
right,
it.
let's put 60 seconds on the clock, Paulie. Brandon, your time begins when we play the music. The category beatboxing. Good luck. Let's take on Woods.
Michael Jackson, Beat It.
Correct. Written by Charlotte Caffey, which 1980 single was used in the movie Fast Times at Ridgemont High. It became a signature hit.
Okay.
Which 1980s British all-gay synth-pop band broke through with their 1984 debut hit Small Town Boy?
English Beat.
Incorrect. The singer known as Ranking Roger added a Jamaican flair to which late 70s and early 80s band with songs including I Confess and Save It for Later.
Pass.
Justin Bieber teamed with Nicki Minaj on which 2012 hit with a title that plays on a successful Disney movie?
Pass.
Written by Charlotte Caffey, which single from 1980 was used in the movie Fat? Oh, we ran out of time. So English Beat was the 4th one, and you answered it for the 3rd one. I was hoping you'd say it again. The 3rd one, the all-gay synth pop band, was the Bronski Beat. We Got the Beat, written by Charlotte Caffey, and Beauty and the Beat by Justin Bieber. Now, 1 is probably not good enough, Brandon, but it is a tricky category. Definitely one of the tougher ones today. Let's bring Woods back in, see how he fares.
Jet lag, buddy.
That's true.
I don't feel great.
All right, 60 seconds on the clock. Your time begins when Paul plays the music. Good luck, Woods. Let's take on Brandon.
I know it. I'll come back to it.
Written which 1980 single was used in the movie Fast Times at Ridgemont High and became a signature hit?
Pass.
Which 1980s British all-gay synth-pop band broke through with their 1984 debut hit Small Town Boy?
Oh, my God. I have no idea. No idea.
The singer known as Ranking Roger added a Jamaican flair to which late 70s and early 80s band with songs including I Confess and Save It for Later?
English Beat.
Correct. Justin Bieber teamed with Nicki Minaj on which 2012 hit with a title that plays on a successful Disney movie?
I have no idea, but the first song is Beat It by Michael Jackson.
Correct. Written by Charlotte Caffey, which 1980 single was used.
We Got the Beat.
Correct. Which 1980s British all-gay synth-pop band broke through with their 1984 debut hit Small Town Boy?
The Beaters.
You got the category at least. Justin Bieber teamed with Nicki Minaj on which 2012 hit that plays on a successful Disney movie?
Beat My Tank.
You got 3 in a tough
that
category
Disney
today.
movie.
That is good enough for a 3-1 win. We've got the Bronski Beat and Beauty and the Beat by Justin Bieber. Tough one today.
Who wrote that? You didn't write that.
I wrote the whole category.
There is no
It's
chance.
called beatboxing.
Okay.
Tough one today. They're not all easy. They're not all tough. They kind of mix them up a little bit.
Beauty and the Beat. I've never heard of that.
I had neither, but I needed a 5th one that had beat in it somewhere. Sometimes there's plenty of options. Sometimes I got to stretch a little bit to get that 5th song title.
Stretching to find the beat.
I thought maybe like
get
the
it.
Disney movie, like, okay, Beast, Beauty, Beat, Beast.
Right.
Then you might have come up with it that way, but no one did.
That intro for Beat It, I swear to God, I've heard it on 40 other songs. I was like, I thought that was Michael Jackson, so I'm glad I figured it out.
Snuck it out. All right, let's get to a timeout because when we come back, we will be joined by Miami's own Jesse Agler in Miami.
305.
A little incorporator as the Padres play later today. Coming up next on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
But quickly, gang, I wanted to tell you about Loan Pronto. If you're maxed out on credit cards, struggling with high interest debt, you can pay it all off in days with their rapid equity loan. Get cash out now without touching your low rate first mortgage. No appraisals, no waiting, no BS. The rapid equity loan program at Loan Pronto is incredible. One client just got $300,000 approved in under 24 hours, paid off all their debt, renovated their kitchen, cut their monthly expenses by $1,800. Pretty big turnaround for them. Instant approvals, low rates, no hard credit pull up front. That equity is yours. Use it. Get cash out to consolidate your debt down to one easy, low monthly payment. Call them now for a free instant appraisal for your home. See how much cash you can get out today. A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau. 2,500 5-star Google reviews. Service incredible. Call now. Get the conversation started. 619-207-4336 or go to loanpronto.com. 619-207-4336. Get debt relief now at loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781 on approved credit, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Hey players, things are about to get real here in San Diego. Introducing the all-new Hamul Casino Resort. With a 200-room hotel tower, exciting new eats and drinks, plenty of new places to play, and a luxe spa and salon. Hello, rooftop pool and deck. It's where players can play their hearts out and enjoy all the perks that come with it. It gets real this summer at the all-new Hamul Casino Resort, the players' place.
Padres continue their 10-game road trip later today with another 3:40 first pitch from Lone Depot Park in Miami. Sammy Levitt will have your pregame show at 2:40. Jesse and Tony will have your play-by-play at 3:40. But Jesse will join us with the Incorporator and to talk some Padres baseball from his hometown right after a check of traffic here on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
Just a few things to mention here. Car fire has been cleared on northbound 5 at Genesee off-ramp. Now, southbound 5 coastline just past Leucadia. There is a collision involving a couple vehicles. They're in the center divide. Also, southbound 15 past Poway Road reports of some large tire tread in the slow lane. Northbound 805 Kearneyville Road off-ramp. Got a stalled vehicle over to the right shoulder. And Kelly Danick with Ben and Wood, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
It's been a couple of weeks since we chatted with Jesse Agler. Jesse, hope you enjoyed your All-Star break. I know some people went to the game in Atlanta. Xander went back to Aruba. Did you do anything fun and spectacular during your break?
Very low key, which is kind of the way I like it. I would struggle if like they had an all-star team of announcers and they said, "All right, you got to go to Atlanta." And
you made the
It would
game.
be an honor, right? Yeah, it would be an honor. You'd be thrilled to have the experience, but boy, do I need those 3.5 days to kind of recharge the battery. So, laid low, hung out with the kids, that kind of stuff.
I believe it, man. And you would like it. Like the first time you got selected, you'd be like, holy cow, this is incredible. And then you realize I got to fly all the way across the country. I got no break, essentially. And then I got to go back and do this again. It's a grind. And then, staring down a 10-game road trip right out of the break, Jesse. How's it been so far?
So far, so good. They're winning baseball, and that obviously always makes it feel a little bit better. Tony and I have been calling it the hottest road trip, Washington, Miami, St. Louis, and it has certainly lived up to expectations weather-wise so far. But look, you go into D.C., you take 2 out of 3, you come down here. This Marlins team, I'm sure you guys have been talking about it the last couple of days. Like they're sneaky decent. They're not a deplorable team by any stretch of the imagination, and you saw some of the toughness last night. Stowers has been unbelievable, kind of a great story and nice for us on the local angle. But, the close game thing doesn't seem like it's going to stop anytime soon. And it's interesting because I think for me, last night was something of a mental turning point because I'll be honest, and you've probably caught on to this if you've listened to Tony and I enough over the course of the season, but like I've not been thrilled with the amount of tight, low-scoring games they've played from a sense of they got to be better than that. And I think they are better than that. But yesterday, I think I was just like, you know what? It's kind of who they are. And I'm going to give them a break at least until the trade deadline. And when we get to the trade deadline, we'll kind of see what happens. I expect, some pretty good, decent sized moves out of AJ, although you can never guarantee that sort of thing. And I think like in my head last night, I was like, you know what? They just keep winning them. I need to chill out on this. Is it ideal? No. Does it have its dangers? Absolutely. Poor Jason Adams' arm is going to fall off at some point if this continues. But, for now, it's like, all right, just keep winning. That's what matters. They're back to 10 games over 500. For all the talk about the great start and the treading water ever since, which has kind of been the storyline fairly to some extent, they're 2 games off their best pace of the season right now. They've never been more than 12 games above 500, and they're currently at 10. So, we'll see how the trip goes. As you said, it's a grind with the weather in the 3 cities right out of the break, no off days. Come home, play the Mets for the first time this year, and then you get, the off day next Thursday to kind of reset a little bit. But, I think, and that's the trade deadline, by the way. I think, for me, for now, it's kind of like, all right, let's let this thing ride, and, we'll see where we are in a week and a half.
Jesse, you probably didn't see it because you were calling the game on radio, but Bob Scanlon did a little segment where he showed Manny an old picture of him in high school. And they brought up that Manny went to Brito Miami Private School. It's just 3.5 miles away from Lone Depot Park. So it's a homecoming for Manny, but it's also a homecoming for Jesse Agler from Miami. What kind of nostalgia hits you when you go back to Miami? Is it a certain food that you need to get every time? What is it about, Miami that hits when you go home?
It's so funny. The first, 3, 4, 5 years that I worked for the Padres, I felt it every time, we came here. And I really did that much anymore. There's familiarity, obviously. I got, to see some people at the game last night I haven't seen in a long time. That was kind of exciting. In fact, Ben, your counterpart at the ABC affiliate here in Miami, Will Manso, who I've known for 25 years at this point, I hadn't seen him in a decade. And So, like, just seeing him at the ballpark yesterday was nice, and catching up with, some of the people I know from around town. This is a little bit of a diversion, but there's this wonderful man. His name is Massimo Marianella. He is basically the Al Michaels of Italy.
Nice.
He calls all the big sporting events in Italy for Sky Italia. And he's, I got introduced to him. He's got a place in Miami. He comes here in the summer. And I got introduced to him, 20 years ago at this point. He's a huge baseball fan. For whatever reason, he's a huge baseball fan. And I hadn't seen him in I don't know how long. And we bumped into each other in the press box last night. So that was like thrilling and exciting. We caught up for 30 minutes, and it was like, it was one of those heartwarming things of getting to see him. But coming back here doesn't really feel like coming back home anymore. When I get off the plane in San Diego after a long road trip, that feels like coming home. I mean, it's pretty neat that that's happened. I mean, both my kids were born in San Diego, and I'm so lucky to be in a place that feels like home and is so great to make a home. And that's kind of where it's at. So yeah, I mean, the nostalgia has really kind of faded all the way away over the years. Like I said, those human relationships are nice, and seeing those people, who I haven't seen maybe in a long time is always special. But, outside of that, that's kind of all that it is at this point. I've been with the Padres now 12 seasons.
It's crazy. I feel the exact same way, and I felt the same way when I landed yesterday. And after they lost my luggage, I went to my car and got in my car, paid the $7,000 it cost to park, and then I put on 97.3 The Fan, and it was right when the game was starting. Heard Tony do the lineups. You start calling the game, and I'm driving home in 55 minutes of traffic from the airport, but I would have never been happier to be home knowing, going to go see my family right now. I got Jesse and Tony on the radio, and you guys were talking about, I loved this. You were talking about Jose Iglesias and how the strategically they're using him. And they said, you said, we talk about it all the time, how smart they are and how smart they're being, getting guys off their feet. To rehash for us kind of what you said yesterday when you were talking about Iglesias and how valuable he is.
Yeah, so, I think what we saw with the Mets last year with Iglesias was, they were ultra strategic with how they used him in terms of when he would get a start. They basically only used him against left-handed pitching. And from what I understand, certain types of left-handed pitching. And he played 85 games for the Mets last year, and he hit .337. Now, he's not at that level for the Padres this year, but he's playing way more often. Part of that, of course, was necessity with some injury stuff earlier in the year. But, right now, it's like we're in this stretch. It's hot out. You're into the second half. You're trying to kind of ease everybody back into it. Xander had a DH day. Iglesias started at short. Manny had a DH day. Iglesias started at third. Last night, Cronenworth, first time this year, DH day. Iglesias started at second base. So he's, this wonderfully perfect fit anywhere you want to put him. Remember, he got to start in left field for goodness sake earlier this year. But on the infield in particular, he's a perfect piece because he can play all those positions expertly. And especially if you kind of work it where you get the pitching matchup that you like, he's able to go out there and contribute. Beyond that, he's a guy, and it's a lot like Manny, where the baseball IQ is off the charts. Yep. And, he's just one of these guys. He knows exactly what is required of him every single plate appearance, every ball that's hit to him on the infield. He knows exactly what to do, and he's able to do things physically that most guys in this league cannot. It's pretty remarkable at 35 years old. I mean, remember, this guy made his big league debut all the way back in 2011 with the Red Sox. He was in El Paso 2 years ago at AAA with the Padres, didn't sniff the big leagues in 2023. And then had that kind of resurgent year with the Mets last year, and now kind of putting it all back together again this season with the Padres. It's a great story. He's a great piece. And I think, the place Tony and I kind of landed in that conversation last night was, championship caliber teams have guys like Jose Iglesias on the roster. He's a perfect piece for a team that's, trying to win it all.
You had a really great call of Martin Maldonado's RBI double that scored Jackson Merrill from first base. Yeah, talking about him running right through Tim Leeper's stop sign on his way home. What was your thoughts on that play? There was a lot of discussion about it, about Tim Leeper, about Jackson not following his coaches and using his own instincts. And then Mike Schilt talked about it after the game as well.
Anybody who's upset about it has never gotten out of high school baseball. That's what I'll say. I mean, it's the major leagues. It's the major leagues. And, this team in particular, Mike Schilt has 1,000 times the last 2 years talked about, A, they want to be aggressive, and B, he wants guys in control of their own destinies. And look, it's not always going to work. It's a bad look. I get that. But you're never going to be upset about if the play is in front of him. And it was. When Merrill hit second base last night, he's looking into the left field corner. He sees where Kyle Stowers is. He sees where the ball is. Now, the Marlins nearly pulled it off because Stowers got to it really quickly, made a great fast throw to Lopez, the shortstop. And Lopez, it was like the slightest little hitch. I don't even know if you could call it a hesitation before firing home. If he doesn't have that hitch, is Jackson Merrill out? Possibly. And then it's a different story last night. But you're forcing the defense to make a perfect play. And how many times are guys going to make a perfect play? What percent of the time in the big league? I don't know, 80, 70, whatever it is. You're rolling the dice. It's also early in the game, and it's like, all right, let's do this. And Jackson understands himself. He understands the game. He had the ability to see it. Did Tim Leeper in a vacuum make the right choice? I think so. Absolutely. Like if you go back and you watch from above, like that's what you want doing. But you also want one of your fastest guys, who's got the play in front of him and who can see it, to say, you know what, this is what we've been coached to do. This is what we've been asked to do. This is what we've been taught to do, to make these decisions. And, it's one of those, it's kind of silly, but it's like, hey, if he's safe, everybody's happy. It's the football or the baseball version of the football play where it's like the quarterback scrambling around and then he throws across his body and the coach is going, no, yes. When the pass is completed. But, that's what they're asking guys to do. And again, you're not asking Martin Maldonado to do that. You're asking Jackson Merrill to do that. You're asking Fernando Tatis Jr. to do that. Go back to when Fernando scored on that wild pitch that never got more than 5 feet away from home plate to win a game. That's another great example of that. No third base coach in the world in that situation would be like, go, 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 go. But they've asked these guys, and in particular the fast guys, to kind of take their destiny into their own hands. And when you have a roster like this, you can do that.
Before we get to the incorporator, did Woods miss this as well? Because I think it was after he was gone. They say imitation is the sincerest form of flattery.
I saw this at the All-Star game.
Jesse, did you catch this? That Dave Roberts tried to play the incorporator at the All-Star game during his post-game news conference. He was given
two
words.
One was two words that they want me to work into a press conference, actual press conference. So I'm going to work them in. Sweet potato and starfish. And then obviously Eugenio got hit in the hand, so I had to replace him with my starfish. Kyle Stowers.
That's not.
What was your favorite takeaway from this weekend?
It's terrible.
So when I come to Atlanta, I got this restaurant that I get my favorite sweet potato.
That's terrible.
Jesse, you need to give him pointers next time you see him. It was not good.
It was something.
He could have said, I showed my starfish to Ice Cube in the celebration when we won the World Series, because he actually did that.
I do appreciate that, like, Stowers is a star and a fish. I think it's
fair.
a stretch, but I sort of
Starfish.
like where he was going with that one. Yeah, he's a Marlin and a star. But that's, like you said, imitation is the most sincere form of flattery. So Dave Roberts obviously is a tier 1. I'm sure he's taken a lot of pointers from you guys over the years.
Yes.
And maybe that's how they were able to shut out the Padres for the last 2.5 games in the division series. They got some insight from listening to Ben and Woods.
You
did realize some
I
things.
think he used to be a tier 1. I'm not so sure anymore, Jesse, if he still listens as regularly as he once did.
Sure, it gets back to
All
it.
right, so let's give him this word because it's inspired by Woods' visit to Manchester, England. We're throwing a little British slang at you today, Jesse.
Yeah, Jesse, I learned.
Champagne supernova.
Yes,
I like it.
please do it. It's a word for sneakers, and it's crepes. And I learned it, and I said, that's
I like
fantastic.
that. It was a British accent
Yeah,
there. Where did you
crepes.
find her?
Crepes.
Crepes.
It just means shoes.
Crepes.
Trainers, they call them trainers. So it's crepes. Work that in.
Different from crepes.
Yeah,
No, not
yeah,
crepes,
not
crepes.
crepes.
Not the thin pancake,
No.
but rather the
Yeah,
footwear.
what shows they have a store called Crepe Locker.
Crepes locker.
Crepes Locker,
Yeah,
yeah. Crepes Locker.
that's
It's a Foot
fantastic.
Locker where they get your shoes.
Also, I need a favor from you. Do you know Kevin Brown from the Orioles? Yeah.
Yeah.
I need you to put in a good word. He is also a massive Oasis fan, and if we reach out and ask him to come on our show, I want to talk Oasis with him. If he asks you to vouch, just vouch for us that we're good guys.
I mean, yeah.
Yes, thank you. All right, good.
He's I think he's on the mend right now.
Is
Kevin
he?
Brown, yeah.
He got in an accident.
Yeah.
Did he?
He was in a hunting accident and he fell from a deer blind. He's fine. He's going to be
Oh
okay.
my God.
He's returning, I think, in like a week to the broadcast.
He's had a bumpy couple of years.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
has had a bumpy couple of years. I like that guy a lot, and now that I
He's
know,
a really, really, really good guy.
Oh,
You'll have a good time talking to him. But yeah, give him a couple weeks maybe.
yeah, for sure.
All right,
Absolutely.
Jesse,
Thank you, buddy.
crepes. But you can't just go crepes meaning shoes. Like, just use it as
Crepes.
like it should
Don't
be.
tell him he's
And-
not Dave
and
Roberts. He
if-
knows what he's doing.
as if everyone says it every day.
Yeah,
That's kind
correct.
of the yeah.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Jesse.
I'm also going to call Stowers a starfish.
Please.
Please.
Yes.
Need that.
Great.
All right, Jesse. We'll see you back in town next week.
Thank you, buddy.
Bye.
Jesse Agler, the incorporator.
So
The
good.
goat.
The best. Yeah, you don't need to give him any
Kevin
points.
Brown fell out of a deer blind. That happened to a Padres pitcher in the 2000s, Carlton Lower.
Really?
Yeah, he missed the second half of the season after he fell out, I think, at the All-Star break. Bad.
Wow.
It was good, too. Unfortunate. We'll come back. Final hour, Reindl Report, and more on the way here on 97.3 The Fan. We did determine it was Kevin Brown's radio partner or television partner, Ben McDonald, who fell out of the deer blind.
Yeah, Kevin Brown doesn't
himself.
seem like a deer hunter to me.
I knew it was one of them.
We still do 4 hours on this show.
Yeah, we didn't change that while you were gone.
I've been gone for a while. I didn't know if maybe
no
something
major
had changed.
time slot changes for the Ben and Woods program.
All right, well.
Across the pond, all the radio shows only 3 hours.
They do 3 hours. Yeah. They
Now-
make way more money, too, I found out.
And
Way
to-
more.
to be
like
fair-
double what we make.
Oh.
To be fair, I was gone last Monday
Yeah.
on my vacation. And I always hate when I miss something Padres related.
Sure,
and
me too.
I did miss something Padres related while I was on vacation last week. I watched all the games, but when Alec Jacob came in on Sunday, I was going, why is Alec Jacob on the team?
When did
that
he
happen?
get back?
When did that happen? I didn't realize he was there, so I was surprised when he was coming out of the bullpen, which also led me to be surprised. Why isn't Ryan Bergert starting tomorrow? So that was the move I missed last weekend. They sent Ryan Bergert back down after his start and called Alec Jacob up. So I missed that move entirely, which is why Stephen Kolek is going to be starting tonight and being activated by the Padres to get the start in Game 2 of the series against the Miami Marlins. So welcome back to Stephen Kolek. I feel a little more confident right now in Ryan Bergert
Me too.
when he takes the mound, but you can't bring a guy back unless you make him injured and he has to stay down for a certain amount of time, 15 days, call him back up. So it's Stephen Kolek's turn, and Stephen Kolek's had some good starts for the Padres this year. They'll need another one as the Padres are going up against another tough right-hander in Edward Cabrera in Game 2 of the series against the Marlins later today.
Yeah, he had, I think he left his last start early, missed a couple of starts before the break. Had a elbow, forearm, something. They're confident that he is going to be a part of the rotation moving forward. Just gave him a little bit of extra rest, but he's another one of those guys, Ben. I mean, they've got a stable of these guys that are pretty nasty. They're building some really good pitching down in Miami, and he's one of them.
I think Stephen Kolek, in terms of, the Padres also gave him some time off, send him back to the minors. I don't think anything's wrong with him in particular.
No,
he was
just ineffective.
Send him back, or, semi-effective.
Semi-effective, yeah.
And they had better options, but, this is testing the depth of your 40-man roster now, calling up guys. And,
the thing is with a game like tonight where it can bite you in the rear end is, Kolek has not been, outside of a couple of starts, not a shutdown type pitcher, and Cabrera is. And so if the offense doesn't score, Mike Schill doesn't want to get to a point again, Ben, where it's 2-1 in the fifth. It's 2-1 in the fifth, and you've gone through the four horsemen last night, and you're like, oh, okay, are we gonna do this again? So and so only threw 5 pitches, and yes, Suarez and Estrada were very very judicious last night. They got through it without throwing a ton of pitches, which is okay, and that's what you want. That's fine. But Morejon, you going to go to him again tonight? I don't think so. Jason Adams had a lot of appearances, as Jesse Agler just referred to. So yeah, you're gonna have to figure out a way to get it done with the other guys in the bullpen. But
that's why Sunday's game was so
huge,
so nice,
so
to
huge.
Face a good pitcher in Mackenzie Gore,
5 runs in the first,
put up a ton of runs, get plenty from your starting pitcher, and just use the back end of your bullpen. How do you avoid falling back into your pattern today?
By scoring a buttload of runs.
You used your high end relievers to secure a series opening win last night, 2-1. But how do you avoid the second game where it's Kolek and it's maybe Morgan and it's Wandy and Yuki, and not lose this game 6-2? I mean, this is what we've seen a lot this season.
The pattern is really, it's laid out for you, and anything different is going to be an anomaly. If you can get to Cabrera early, yeah, that'd be great. That would be absolutely fantastic. But you do get the sense if you win this game tonight, you will see, I would say, 2 of the 4 horsemen, right? Easily. You're going to see Estrada and you're going to see Suarez.
Now, the Padres have lost the last 6 starts that Stephen Kolek made, beginning June 7th through his most recent start on July 5th. That wasn't bad in all of those. He had 5 2/3 shutout innings against Milwaukee. They lost that one. 5 2/3 innings, 1 run against Cincinnati. They lost that one. Also had some clunkers in there, including 5 runs, 4 earned against both the Diamondbacks and Nationals, and then 9 hits, 6 runs his last time out against the Texas Rangers probably his worst start of the season.
Yep.
And we have not seen him now in 16, 17 days since he last made that start.
Big star for him. And their offense is not, they don't strike the fear of God into you, but they are pesky as can be, and they'll get their knocks. And can you navigate base runners and things like that? Look, they're going to need to play great defense, and they're going to need to figure out a way to solve Cabrera because he can be pretty nasty when he's on. And, it's uphill. It's an uphill battle.
Ultimately, though, 3-4 with a 4.24 ERA from a guy who's probably been your seventh starter this year for the San Diego Padres shows well that the Padres have been able to get enough pitching depth out of Bergert and Kolek and Vasquez, who again yesterday just continues to give you chances to win games. And I think it was our pal Tommy who posted earlier this morning, really long post about the evolution of the Padres pitching development over the years. And it's not simply just Ruben Niebla, although he's a big part of it. And I agreed with everything he wrote, but it's the pitching lab at PLNU. It's the minor league system. It's, AJ identifying the right players to target.
About some Ben Fritz love.
Ben Fritz love is great too.
Always.
But I think he brought it like Jeremiah Estrada as someone that scouts identified with the Cubs is going, they're not getting the most out of this guy. He's got really good stuff. Let's bring him into our system. Let's put him in the pitching lab. Let's get him with our coaches, with Fritzy and Niebla, and see if we can unlock something in him.
Boy, did they.
And they did. And they're getting more out of Stephen Kolek, a guy they identified in the Rule 5 draft from the Mariners. Yeah, is he a star? No, but he went from a Rule 5 guy to now someone that you can throw in there in your rotation to make his now 12th, 13th start of the season for the San Diego Padres, and they've won some of those games when Stephen Kolek has pitched. He threw a complete game in Colorado
Sure
in that
did.
one where they won 21-0. I mean, it's nice when you get 21 runs of support. I doubt he'll get that today, but he's had his good moments as well. And at the very least, he's eaten some innings. 5 2/3, 6, 5 2/3, 6. He's eaten some innings for the Padres, which is important as well.
Well, as Jesse just referred to as well. I mean, look, it comes down to the offense. If the offense can do what they're capable of doing, this team is really, really, really good. Really good. It, like you said, it was so refreshing to watch the grand slam, tack on an extra run in the first 5-run inning off Mackenzie Gore, get him out of there, get into the bullpen. Listen, they're absolutely capable of it. There's no question they're capable. It just doesn't happen enough. And then that eases the burden on guys like Kolek and Bergert. And then that's when a perfect lane for Yuki Matsui or Wandy Peralta. You're going to have to use those guys, man, at some point. Those guys are going to pitch big innings for you because with how many games left? 62 games left to go.
62.
They're all big innings. Every one of them is a big inning at this point. So if the offense comes through, we win.
Usually.
Yeah.
I mean,
4 runs.
Almost all the time.
Almost all the time.
Has been
38-13 when we score 4 runs or more.
Been the recipe.
Yep. And playing very well in 1-run games so they can win the tight ball game. But again, having to go to those guys again over and over and over is tough. It's tough. And I could understand why you'd want to, because I promise you, every one of those 4 guys today walks into Schultz's office and says, I'm good if you need me. Every one of them. They all want the ball.
Even more home.
I want it. If you need me, I got you. You need me to get a tough lefty out, I'm in. And if you're the skipper, you're like, we need the series. Got to win this series. Who throws tomorrow?
Tomorrow is Dylan Cease.
Dylan Cease
coming back after against Alcantara.
Sandy.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, who's very beatable these days. So, but yeah, you want to win. You have to win this series. You got to win these series.
A couple other baseball notes from yesterday, just looking around some of the scores from the league. Padres got some help from the Braves, who beat the Giants 9-5. Giants have lost 6 straight. They have yet to win in the second half of the season. I can't say I saw that coming, but hey, any help that the Padres can get is fantastic. The Nationals helped out by beating the Cincinnati Reds 10-8. Now, they built a 7-0 lead and barely held on, but any win you can get from one of the bottom teams against a wild card contender is appreciated. Did not get any help from the Rockies, who lost to the Cardinals 6-2. So St. Louis moved into a 3-way tie with the Giants, the Reds, and now the Cardinals are all 3.5 games behind the Padres for the last wild card spot. The Brewers, though,
they're unreal, man.
They continue to win, and they were actually getting no hit last night into the 6th inning, I believe, by George Kirby of the Mariners. Didn't matter. Broke through with a big rally, ended up going on to a 6-0 win. It's their 11th straight victory. And very quietly, the Brewers went from a wild card contender to the best record in all of baseball. They now a half a game ahead of the Detroit Tigers and have the best record in all of baseball. So they're no longer the team you're trying to chase down the wild card race. It's the Cubs who are now in second place as they got beat up by the Royals yesterday. They're now looking up at the Brewers. They're now on top of the wild card race, which kind of changes the dynamic going forward. How much do you really believe in this Milwaukee Brewers team?
I mean, it doesn't matter what I believe. They believe. You know, they talked to Brandon Woodruff last night, and he said, "You surprised?" And he said, "Doesn't surprise me." He said, "We got a lot of great guys in this clubhouse. It's a fun team." I feel he said that every year. This year's a little bit different in a way. 60 of their first 100 games, man, with a depleted roster, guys leaving in free agency. No problem. They just pick up where they leave off, and I mean, their brand of baseball is a really, really tough one, dude. And Pat Murphy, the guy, the skipper, is really, really good. He's a really good manager.
I'll have to say that when the Padres went into Milwaukee, and that was in early June, played 3 low-scoring games, took 2 of 3.
Incredible.
I thought, Padres are, Brewers are okay, but nothing special. Like, I did not see them all of a sudden becoming the top team in all of baseball by the end of July.
I did not either. I
certainly
really
didn't see them winning all of their games against the Dodgers.
Swept them twice.
Taking the entire season series 6-0.
Yeah.
Did not see that. I mean, they've beaten some good teams, though. They took, 2 or 3 from the Phillies at the end of the. Or no, I mean they've won some good games over this stretch, and they've been very impressive.
They're a scary team, man. And again, they seemingly do this every year. They seemingly are they're like the Rays, right, of the NL. They're able to lose massive pieces, and they find a way to get together. They
good comp.
They develop really well, and then guys are really rounding into form right now. Bryce Terang's he's a 3-WAR player right now. Bryce Terang. A guy that you probably could have had 2 years ago for nothing. And they're just doing a good job. They're playing really good baseball. And what Woodruff said, bro, there's probably 15, 20 teams in baseball. Like, no, we have fun. We get along. We like each other. Doesn't translate to wins on the field against really good baseball teams. However, it does for them. They're a force.
Yeah, they'll come to San Diego, second to last series of the season. So you expect they'll be contending for something, whether it's a division title or a wild card, considering how well they have played so far. Also a big series in the American League going on right now in the AL East, the Blue Jays and the Yankees.
Yeah.
Blue Jays have won again.
They're like the 3rd best record.
They won at home. They scored 4 in the 5th inning to take the opener of that series against the Yankees. They're trying to create some separation now between the two teams. Remember, they swept the Padres. Now, that was like right at the beginning of their run, but they have since then they've looked pretty solid. They have a dangerous team, and they're now looking more like an American League pennant contender as the weeks go on.
No doubt.
Let's see what else we had yesterday. Mets beat the Angels 7-5. Paul Skeens 6 shutout innings and actually got 3 runs, which meant he beat the Tigers.
I love
3-0 for his 5th win of the season. And Luis Robert has gotten hot lately. Did you notice that?
I did.
Helped the White Sox to an 8-3 win over the Rays yesterday. Over the last 12 games, he's hitting something like 340.
Well, so think about what Gavin Sheets has done for us. Think about what Andrew Vaughn has done for the Brewers. They have not lost yet since they acquired Andrew Vaughn of the Chicago White Sox, who was terrible there. He's been lights out since he got to Milwaukee. So is the 3rd time. I don't want to say the charm because they've both been charms, but you go out and get Luis Robert. Is he a change of scenery guy? And I'll tell you, I've seen a lot of rumors of him linked to the team up north as well, that they may be interested because they're not getting what they need out of their outfield either in LA. And, Luis Robert on the Dodgers is a real possibility as well. I just don't know. I don't know what they're going to want for him. I just have no idea what that package is going to look like.
A few days ago, they were probably going to have to take a very low-level prospect and eat most of his salary. The hotter he gets, the more that they can pit teams against each other that want to get him and go, okay, now we want a prospect, and now we don't want to pay any of his money down because you both want him. So why should we offer anything up in return other than you give us as much as we possibly can get for him?
The guy is playing like he wants out of Chicago. Like right now, trade me, get me out of here. I want to go play for a contender. Obviously, he has a lot of talent.
I mean, the worst case scenario is you acquire Luis Robert.
Sucks.
and then he goes back to being the worst player in baseball, and you had to kind of overpay to get him because he's been so hot the last couple of weeks.
Well,
that worries me. I was hoping he'd just stay ice cold,
and then if you get anything,
and then snap his fingers and let's turn it on. But he's done it a little early now.
Yeah, he's hitting bombs. He's robbing home runs. He's playing really good. He's fast. He's got all of it.
I'd be shocked if he's not traded.
Yeah, this is his way out.
I'd be shocked if he's not traded.
He's got to be. Well, if they don't, it's just more White Sox malpractice. You know, they can get good players for him right now, and I don't know who we have to offer, but I'm sure AJ is asking. It's gonna be an interesting one, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's becoming apparent that this is going to go down probably to the wire next Thursday for the trade deadline. I mean, too many teams are still not necessarily sellers until they get a little bit closer to July 31st.
It'll be a long week, buddy.
Yeah, I've kind of gotten used to it. You know, I kind of ranted while you were gone. Like, I am so sick of talking about this trade deadline.
Yeah, it's pretty annoying.
We've been talking for a month and a half, and really almost nothing has happened because there are too many teams that are still thinking they're in it. So there's not enough sellers and too many buyers. So not much is going to happen.
What do we got? 9 more days?
9 days.
Yes, on the 9th day, it will be the trade deadline.
And on the 9th
7
day,
more shows.
Yeah. I'll be in Hawaii for the deadline.
2 more roundtables.
I'm really bummed to miss both of them. You guys will be fine without me.
Like we were last week.
Yeah. It'd be good.
You'll be there this week, though.
Yeah.
For the roundtable.
Be there this week.
Yeah, we got a roundtable on Thursday.
Yeah, can't wait.
All right, let's take a time out. We still have a Reindl Report to get to. Going until 10 o'clock. Braden Show coming up on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3, The Fan. First, though, Woods and I want to tell you about Trust and Will. Did it without you when you were gone.
Yeah, I did it without you when you were gone.
Message is just the same, though. It is a very simple process to get your affairs in order and get the peace of mind knowing that you're taking care of your family, whether it's with a simple will or with a slightly more complex but probably more useful trust that helps you avoid probate court, or helps your family at least avoid probate court and the fees and expenses and the time lost when you were gone.
Well, I'll tell you, man, turning 50, yeah, it's a big thing. It's a big thing, and you start to think about, you want to make sure everyone's taken care of if something happens. It's a monumental day, and so you're on the back nine. You know, that's how I feel. But you want to make sure everybody's taken care of. It's going to be hard enough when you're gone. Make sure you go to trustandwill.com, use the code FAN when you check out, and they'll give you 20% off plus free shipping of your estate documents.
That's right. You're the old man now.
I'm the old man.
I'm the young 49-year-old whippersnapper.
That's right.
And you're the old man of the Ben & Woods program. Go to trustandwill.com, use code FAN at checkout. Again, get 20% off and free shipping of your estate documents at trustandwill.com.
Hey players, things are about to get real here in San Diego. Introducing the all-new Hamul Casino Resort. With a 200-room hotel tower, exciting new eats and drinks, plenty of new places to play, and a luxe spa and salon. Hello, rooftop pool and deck. It's where players can play their hearts out and enjoy all the perks that come with it. It gets real this summer at the all-new Hamul Casino Resort, the players' place.
Is Jackson Merrill negatively impacting the youth of San Diego?
Why is that?
My hot take coming up here with Ben and Woods. Got a Reindl Report coming up as well. Before I get to my hot take, I do want to remind everybody you can grab your clubs and join us out on Monday at the 4th Annual Salute to Heroes Charity Golf Tournament. It's at Loma Santa Fe Country Club. Paulie and I are going to be broadcasting live out there. You can enjoy a day of golf, food, prizes, and camaraderie, all to honor local heroes and support veterans programs. Register today at San Diego Social Leagues.org. There are going to be plenty of celebrities in attendance, including former Padre Greg Vaughn, Arabian Prince from NWA, former NBA star Olden Polynice, and boxer Zab Judah, among others. And we'll be interviewing some of them.
I will be missing
my colleague Steve Liu, our design director at Channel 10, said, any chance I can give you a record for Arabian Prince to sign?
Absolutely.
At the golf tournament. I said, I can certainly try.
So you're now San Diego's concierge since I'm always on vacation.
Apparently.
Yeah.
The mantle is being passed to me.
I had to concierge it when I was in Manchester. You know, our friend Aaron Hurwitz DM'd me and asked me, can you get me an Oasis jacket? I said, sure, I'll grab one for you. What size? What color? I got it. I'll be delivering it to him on Thursday. Oh, I'm playing down softball. I go, all right, I'll bring it over. Give me my 90 pounds back. And yeah, so I was concierging it up over in Manchester as well.
All right, Caitlin asked, I don't want to wait any longer. What is it with Ben and his hot takes this week?
Yeah, he's like Skip. You turned into Skip Bayless since I left?
Here's my Skip Bayless hot take. Jackson Merrill. Love him. Little too liberal with the eye black. all over his face, and now he's impacting your son.
No, that's not a
Taylor.
Jackson Merrill thing.
That was
a Taylor thing. My wife. Do you have the picture, Paulie? I send you guys the picture.
I saw it on social media
put it up
yesterday.
in
So he was at baseball camp yesterday.
Yeah, Padres
and,
camp.
And Hannah said that it's the last time she'll be leaving the eye black in his bag.
Bro, she left a stick of eye black.
She left a 4-year-old alone with eye black
in a baseball bag,
boy.
and he went
pulling it up.
He went nuts and just started drawing like stripes all over his face.
It's like a zebra.
Yeah. The eye black is an interesting thing. Yeah, look at him.
A big star on his left cheek.
Look at him.
And like a zebra stripes on his right cheek.
Just clutching the Capri
There's
Sun.
definitely going to be no glare involved for that kid
Nope.
at baseball camp.
I'm like, bro, I think that's politically incorrect to do that. Also, I don't think you can.
He's one more stripe away. From very problematic.
Like Al Jolson over here. I'm like, what are you doing, dude? Like,
I think we're about to see Jackson Merrill with about that level of eye black as well.
It's on his chin. Like it's everywhere.
It's in his hair. It's on his lips. Maybe on his teeth. All over the brim of his hat.
Dude, I am dying. I am dying. Hannah said that to me. I go, what are you doing? What happened? She goes, my fault. I left it in there. I go, it's not your fault. I mean, it's his fault ultimately for taking that out and drawing it all over his face. But no, the eye black is a weird bit for me. I did it. I don't know. I've never known the purpose of it. It doesn't reduce.
You can't see your own face from your eyes.
It doesn't, in my opinion. It just looks cool.
It doesn't do anything.
But let's be honest. Let's come out with it, okay? Anytime I've worn eye black, it's so that I looked cool wearing it. And because I'm like, I'm playing a baseball game.
Like if you're really worried about glare and the sun,
wear sunglasses.
Sunglasses
they're
work
way better.
exponentially better.
Just do a little test. Look forward. Tell me how much of your own face you see and the glare that is bouncing off your own face.
The
glare comes from other places.
I've never understood it.
Face.
Now, again, then you see like they do the one where they go across here and then go down. Like they go way down.
Well, Jackson usually does a big triangle.
The triangle,
like under
yeah.
his eyes.
Hi, this is Jackson Merrill.
So Matt Schwartz says Mythbusters did a baseball episode. They were able to confirm that it helps. That's crazy to me. That is crazy to me.
Goose says some people have chunky cheeks.
They do.
Glares off the cheeks. I don't know. I have to get really chunky cheeks to be able to see my own
I've
cheeks.
got fairly chunky.
I can't see my own cheeks.
If it's bright and you're squinting, you can get the
maybe.
chubby
Yeah,
cheeks,
you get
but
your cheeks.
You know how you not squint? You wear sunglasses.
Sunglasses are just better. They're just better. It's just a better. It works. It's better than the eye black, but it doesn't look. It does look hard ass. It looks badass when they wear it. I've never liked anything superfluous. I just want the straight stripe across. My wife was doing cat whiskers on the kids. I was all right, it's enough. Let's go straight across.
I remember when I was younger, a little older than Taylor, everybody had playing baseball the fighting necklaces.
Oh yeah,
Phyton,
P-H-I-T-E-N. Yeah.
And they're like, oh, it's supposed to help with circulation and breathing or something. We're like, oh yeah, okay. And
I had a bracelet. I had the necklace. I had all of it.
How about now? Every kids, I imagine every little leaguer's got a sliding mitt.
Oh yeah.
The sleeves, the elbow guards, they got it all.
Our boss, Adam, says eye black is just a scam. Yes, big eye
black
is trying to
you.
get us to spend more money every year on eye black that is totally not necessary.
I just think it looks cool. I do. I think it looks badass. And if I was a big leaguer, I'd wear it every game. Every game, and day, night, indoors. Like, buddy, you're inside. Yeah, but the lights, the glare. I just think it looks cool. I think it looks cool. I always
glare
have.
has to bounce off something and hit you in the eye.
Your fat cheek.
It's bouncing out though. Maybe you're wearing it to protect other players from the glare off your face.
Fat cheeks.
Maybe that is why you wear the eye black.
Adam Klug could, when he fills in for Paul, he can just eye black his forehead so the glare doesn't blind me like it usually does when bald Reindl's in there. So he just colors in like the whole
at the top,
whole front end.
And then our bright lights that we have in the studio. Now there's where the glare comes in.
Ariel Bridge says, I remember passing the eye black around the dugout as a kid. 1,000%. I made the mistake as a little league coach of being at the game. Bo was there. Dad, can I have eye black? Done. So I leaned down, give him the stripe. 15 kids now in line. I'm like, come here we go, because they all want it. It does look cool.
I never wanted it. I didn't like anything painted on my face. It made me feel uncomfortable.
Yeah,
So what we're saying is eye wash or eye black
is eye
equals
wash.
eye wash.
I like it though. I still like it. I still think it looks cool. I think those guys look badass when they do it.
Eye wash isn't always a bad thing.
I love eye wash.
Charles has admitted it really doesn't do anything. He says, I just wear it because I like to.
Oh, it's so good. Yeah, the sliding mitt is a funny new bit, and especially in like Little League where they don't. None of them slide head first, so that's funny. Number two, they can't steal like a lot until like after the ball crosses the plate. Like none of them slide head first, like none of them, and they have it sticking out of their pocket, and they all get on first. It takes 10 minutes to get it on. I don't even let my kids wear batting gloves because I'm like, you don't need batting gloves. You can't even get them on. It's annoying. It's annoying, but let them have their fun. Baseball's fun. Don't forget.
All right, Paul, you got the Reindl Report to wrap things up in our next segment. What do you got for us?
Let's see. Jerry Jones needs to just never get in front of a microphone again.
I think we all agree on
Play
that.
you some audio from him ripping his own players yesterday, and then there's another story in baseball. We'll just say he's back.
He's back again.
Oh, I like it.
All right, that's coming up next with Ben and Woods. Don't go anywhere. It's San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Woodsy.
That's it. Cue for you to start.
Oh, is that me?
talking.
Oh,
Yeah.
We'll do it later. We'll do it later.
I can do it now if you
can do
want.
it
I'm
now.
ready. I'm
You
ready.
ready?
Yeah,
Do
I
it.
can always talk about
He's ready to
my
go.
beloved. You guys were waving at me. I don't know what you were doing. Was happy to talk about my friends over at Sedano Ford.
There
It's
you
been
go.
a while.
Thumbs
There
up.
we go. We all know Ford builds it better. That blue oval is not just a logo, it's a legacy. Right now, Sedano Ford in La Mesa honoring that legacy with their hot summer sale. You got a buck, get a truck. Lease the all-electric 2025 Ford F-150 Lightning XLT, just $1 down and $327 a month. It's built tough, loaded with smart tech, ready to work. It is fantastic. Need classic Ford power, the F-150 STX Super Crew, ready to haul. Do everything you got to do. Just $239 a month. It's bold, dependable, built Ford tough. Or love this. I love this vehicle. The 2025 Bronco Big Ben. It is trail rated, top down, summer ready, just $215 a month from local and veteran owned Sedano Ford in La Mesa. More details can be found on these offers by going to sedanoford.com or just pop by their beautiful dealership. They have so much inventory, but if you have something in mind that you're looking for, go to sedanoford.com first. Let them know when you walk in. Woodsy sent you from 97.3 The Fan. It's sedanoford.com.
Hey players, things are about to get real here in San Diego. Introducing the all-new Hamul Casino Resort. With a 200-room hotel tower, exciting new eats and drinks, plenty of new places to play, and a luxe spa and salon. Hello, rooftop pool and deck. It's where players can play their hearts out and enjoy all the perks that come with it. It gets real this summer at the all-new Hamul Casino Resort, the players' place.
Couple of interesting nuggets of speculation from our Linsider Dennis Lin this morning in The Athletic.
I like nuggets.
Nothing here is like a rumor necessarily, but he is reporting what others have as well, that teams around baseball have shown interest in Jake Cronenworth. Now, that doesn't mean the Padres have any interest in trading Jake Cronenworth, but he's playing well and is viewed as a potential valuable commodity by other teams. Now, if you traded Jake Cronenworth, he points out you could move Gavin Sheets to first and Luis Arraez back out to second, but you'd still need to acquire a left fielder and a designated hitter in that situation. So you're just kind of taking away from one weakness and having to fill another spot. Now, he also points out that Jason Adam is someone who the Padres could make the closer next season if Robert Suarez opts out of his deal, but is also potentially a trade candidate. If not now, then maybe at the end of the year when he has 1 year left of eligibility, as the Padres could turn to younger guys like David Morgan, Eduardo Nunez, Francis Pena, and Tyson Neighbors coming up for more bullpen support and cash in on a very high-value commodity, Jason Adam, before he becomes a free agent in 2027.
It's a player option for Robert Suarez, right? Like
It is a player option.
expect him
He's
to
gonna
opt
opt
out.
out, yes.
You can't trade him.
You could trade him as a rental.
You could trade him now. Right.
As a rental, but in the offseason, I would fully expect him to opt out and try to get another guaranteed free agent deal from someone. Probably not the San Diego Padres, who aren't going to want to spend a ton on pitching in free agency when they already have a fairly strong bullpen coming back with some young guys and good arms that they can add to from within.
I mean, there's people, there were people saying before the season, trade Robert Suarez. There was some value there. There is some value there. He's leading MLB in saves right now. ERA is a little bit high, but he's had a couple of bad outings. It takes a while to whittle it down.
Like 2.
Yeah.
That's about it.
It only takes 2 to balloon your ERA. It takes 10 to whittle it down to where you want it to be.
And you're going to be in, 37 games. Much rather you have 35 really good ones and 2 horrendous ones than 20 good ones and 17 so-so ones.
Yeah.
I mean, closer, if you're going to blow up, just blow up big and then be perfect the rest of the time, which is what he's done.
Well, listen, and again, it's all about what the other team needs as well. I'm trying to picture the team that wants to trade for Jake Cronenworth. That's like, not saying he's not valuable. I love Croney. What team wants to trade for Jake Cronenworth that the Padres would go, oh yeah, we don't need him. Like we're as in it as anybody else on the planet right now. I don't think you move Jake Cronenworth. I don't think you move Robert Suarez right now. I don't think we're in that position to be unloading guys that are helping us win baseball games on a daily basis. I know that it's out there. I know that it's possible. I know that you can buy and sell at the same time. For me, I don't know, man. I don't look at it and say, oh, yeah, that could make us better immediately.
And one final note here from Dennis before we get to the Reindl Report. He throws in an idea that not just from the Padres, but around baseball, is that days out of it, a team may try to acquire Mason Miller, the closer.
Yeah.
But then convert him next offseason to try to become a starter, which is where he started. He said, might Preller be bold enough to be that guy who acquires Mason Miller, adds to his strength in the bullpen for the next 2 months, and then tries to make him a starting pitcher next year? The price tag obviously would be
huge,
extravagant to acquire Mason Miller.
We don't have extravagant pieces that I think they're willing to move other than one. Ethan Salad, nobody's trading for him. He's got a stress fracture in his back.
They might. I mean, the Nationals traded for Mackenzie Gore when
Yeah.
he was hurt, and he got well and he became an all-star for
Yeah,
them. It's
fair
not
enough.
He was
unheard
on the
of.
major league team.
He had
when
pitched in the majors
Yeah.
before he
Right.
had been traded, for
Yeah.
sure.
So I don't know. It remains. It's going to be an excruciating 9 days, is what I'm saying.
All right, that's the latest from Dennis Lynn. Paulie going to hit some stories that we didn't get to on our Reindl Report right after our last check of traffic here on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
Got a crash on the coastline of Clearing State, southbound 5 just past Leucadia, southbound 805 near the 8. There is some sort of metal debris in middle lanes. Then further down near Home Avenue, collision involving a couple vehicles. No details as to whether that's blocking any lanes. I'm Kelly Danick with Ben and Wood, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
And get things started here with our today's edition of the Reindl Report.
Now tuned into the greatest.
Welcome to the Reindl Report with Paul Reindl.
Hi, Paul.
All right.
2 stories from the world of sports that we haven't gotten to yet.
We'll start off in Major League Baseball.
And 1 story that you didn't know you needed.
Are you laughing, biatch?
It's the Reindl Report
Hey, Paul, how you doing?
Okay, how are you?
on 97.3 The Fan.
Are you ready to bless the mood? I need some help, please.
That was good.
Can I get a oh yeah?
All right.
All right.
All right.
Happy Tuesday. Welcome back, Woodsy.
Thank you.
Let's get started here in Major League Baseball. Yeah, he's back, except he never really left. Rich Hill.
Dick Mountain.
Dick Mountain
Yeah.
is back in Major League Baseball, 45 years old, and he will be getting the start against the Cubbies tonight for the Kansas City Royals. Now, he's been playing with their AAA team in Omaha, 4-4 with a 5.36 in 9 starts at Omaha. And I'm reading from ESPN here. When he takes the mound tonight, Rich Hill will tie Edwin Jackson for the most franchises played for in MLB history with 14.
14 teams.
Damn near half.
That's half the league almost.
Yeah. He'll also be the first pitcher aged 45 or older to appear in a game since Big Sexy did it in 2018, Bartolo Colon.
Wow, man.
I saw this tweet from Christopher Kamka, Baseball Reference, Baseball Writers of America. He said, Rich Hill faced Jamie Moyer.
Okay.
Jamie Moyer faced Steve Carlton. Steve Carlton pitched in the same game as Warren Spahn. Warren Spahn faced Satchel Paige, and Satchel Paige was a teammate of Bill Gatewood, who was born in 1881.
Oh, my God.
5 degrees of
to-
Kevin Bacon.
From Bill Gatewood in 1881 to Rich Hill
Now,
starting today for the Royals.
who do they face tonight?
Cubs.
I mean, what are we talking here? Like 1 1/3,
I would say
maybe.
like 1.2 innings.
Look, and
Yeah.
I'll say this: he's obviously you don't pitch that long without being an effective pitcher. We had him here; he was horrendous. It was the worst experiences
It's
of my
baseball. He'll throw 6
Six
shutout
shutout.
You know,
innings
his
somehow.
career, I got it right here.
Yeah.
90 and 74 with a 4.01 ERA.
life. Absolutely serviceable,
Not-
great career.
Yeah, better than I actually would have thought.
But I'm telling you, man, the Cubs woke up this morning and they are beating down Council's door to get in the lineup. I know he throws a nasty curveball, but man, if they go out and sit fastball, it's going to be what, 82, 83? I mean, if he can mix it up and change speeds, and those guys aren't fun to hit, for the
Yeah.
big leaguers. They'd
Jamie
rather
Moyer
see
pitched
velo.
to- He's like 48.
Yeah, he was disgusting. Like, it was not fun to face that guy because
Looks
he
like
just
a grandfather.
He just twirled it, man.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, like, they're probably chomping at the bit to get in there tonight.
All right, that's it for baseball. We'll switch over. It's almost NFL season. Training camp's getting underway here shortly, and that means Jerry Jones is going to be back in front of microphones and cameras.
Is he about 82 now?
I don't have his
82 years old.
actual
That's my
age.
guess.
He's
Look it
definitely
up.
in his 80s. No doubt about that.
But he was asked about a variety of different
82.
players, and in particular, he was asked about Micah Parsons, and he's looking for a nice big contract. And here is what old Jarrah had to say when asked about contract extensions and if he's going to sign Micah Parsons or not.
Just because we sign him doesn't mean we're going to have him. He was hurt 6 games last year. Seriously.
By the way, he was only 4
We've
games.
signed, I remember signing a player for the highest paid at the position in the league, and he got knocked out 2/3 of the year, Dak Prescott.
Oh.
So there's a lot of things you can think about when you, just as the player does, when you're thinking about committing and guaranteeing money.
It's something that, like, he's not wrong. There's a risk in signing, 6-year contracts or something like that. It was weird to hear him, like, especially like Dak Prescott out of nowhere. Like, we're talking about Micah Parsons, and he's like, well, we gave money to Dak, and look what happened to him.
Oh, man.
And he's taking shots at other players on his team. It was
It's
weird.
a real thing, though. As you get older, you lose some of your filters. And filters are important.
Imagine me at 82.
I know.
Just yelling the C word everywhere I go.
Filters are important when you're in a public setting and you're a public figure and you're running a multi-billion-dollar football team.
The most valuable.
You can excuse it a little bit for being elderly at this point, but how many of us, out of our age, would want our grandpas running a major business?
Spanking
at that
himself.
age? Probably not that many.
I don't have any grandpas left.
No, nor do
There
I.
it was. Glory hole.
I never really had a grandpa.
I'm sure Micah Parsons is elated to talk about his contract extension with the Dallas Cowboys. Yeah, he got hurt. I mean, guy got hurt, right? He missed games. It's football. It's very violent.
The fact checking there when he was like, he missed 6 games. I'm like,
I missed 4 games.
In the NFL. That's significant.
That is. It's
2
a
games.
quarter
is a
of the season
huge,
almost.
Huge difference. And then
just keep the Jerry audio coming though, throughout the season.
During the season when he does his weekly with the radio station in Dallas.
I don't know if he does it anymore. Remember he flipped out at him last year,
threatening to get guys
fired.
I'll get
you fired.
It was
there's
it
no
was like
public,
Tuesdays.
There's no public relations team that would want to ever put an 82-year-old man out weekly doing media for anything.
No,
but especially Jerry Jones. Yeah, no filter.
How old is Mick Jagger?
75, maybe.
I think he's older.
81.
81.
Oh my God. I'd let Mick Jagger do.
I would
Yeah,
too.
he's
That's
really
weird,
good.
isn't it? How did he do this for so long?
I'd let him manage the Cowboys.
Yeah.
He could probably do better.
No doubt.
All right. And then finally, it's kind of sports adjacent here, but got a story out of Maryland where a firefighter or a fire department, I guess, had to issue an apology on behalf of one of their firefighters
Genius.
for what he did to a group of little leaguers.
No, it was high schoolers, I think.
High schoolers.
Yeah.
They were playing a baseball game, getting ready to play a baseball game outside of the Silver Spring Tacoma Thunderbolts. That's the team. They had to cancel their game last Thursday due to a rainout. Except there was no rain in the forecast. And it was like a scene straight out of Bull Durham. Well, I can get us a rainout. So what happened was before the game, kids were taking batting practice, and they hit a ball over the fence that hit a man's car, his truck.
A fireman's truck.
It was a firefighter. He got upset and basically warned the kids, hey, everyone get off the field because when I come back here, I'm coming back with a fire hose and I'm going to flood the field. He was so mad. People caught video of it, and he has the giant ass fire hose just completely drenching
Dousing
the
it.
field.
Yeah. There he
And
is.
he did not stop until the field was unplayable.
He did that from a long range.
Long
too.
range,
That thing fires
got some
farther
juice.
than I thought.
Yep.
Wow.
Got some juice to it.
He's well beyond the outfield wall. Like he's behind a building behind the outfield wall.
I loved it.
Yeah, there was a guy, I think he was one of the coaches. He said, there's 9 other leagues that use this field. We're not the only ones that hit home runs. Why did we get punished? Why were we singled out here? And the fire department had to issue a statement and apologize to the league. I don't know why. I thought it was really funny.
It's really good.
He was very extreme. He probably didn't need to do that. He probably shouldn't have done it.
He parked behind a fence at a baseball field.
Yeah.
That's kind of on him. I mean, there's got to be some sort of regulation against using fire hydrants and fire hoses for your own personal edification.
It's like the guy.
That's just wrong.
It's like the guy that got mad at me on the golf course. I shanked one into his backyard. Remember that? Like I almost killed this guy.
I was at the GOAT this weekend playing, and I was paired with these guys I didn't know, and one of them hit one across the street on 18.
Yeah.
And I didn't. I hit one down the left side of the fairway. I'm walking by. The other guy hit another one way to the right, his second ball. The guy in the house across the street is screaming at me, "Get a lesson! Get a lesson!" And I'm going like, "Wasn't me. I don't hit the ball out of bounds. Wasn't me. He thought it was me."
It's one of those things. Well, it's one of those things. It's like,
but he lives right on a golf course.
You live on a golf course.
Get some golf balls.
Balls are going to be flying near. The guy was in his backyard, and I shanked one bad. And I mean, you guys played with me. I've done it. Encinitas Ranch. No, I wasn't trying to shank it, of course, but don't live on a golf course.
Aim at the house to the left. If I hit it straight, then I hit that house.
If I aimed at his house, I wouldn't have hit it.
Right.
That's how it goes. But thank you, Paulie.
No problem.
All right, gents.
Good to have you back.
Off to bed and find my luggage.
Do want to make sure everyone knows that tomorrow's program going to be twice as fun for us because it's only half as long.
Oh, really?
We are going to be leading into a very early Sam Levitt pregame show at 8:10 tomorrow morning.
Padres and pancakes.
Yeah, Padres, pancakes, quick wrap-up of yesterday's game, a quick look ahead, and maybe some don't do this, and maybe we'll take on Woods a little bit earlier. But
those will be 2 hours of bits.
Short show tomorrow to squeeze everything in. But we would love you to join us as we talk more Padres baseball. See how Stephen Kolek fares in Game 2 of the series later today against the Miami Marlins. Good to have Woods back. Thank you for my beautiful gifts.
You're welcome. Enjoy them.
Poorly favored chips and an inappropriate floppy hat.
Hope you get your luggage back.
Yeah. So Paulie can get his
is.
gifts that are lost somewhere, perhaps in Turkey at this point. All right. For Paulie Reindl, Stephen Woods, I'm Ben Higgins. Braden coming up next right here on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. So long, everybody.